Ladies and gentlemen,
a symbol of the country's rich past and thriving present. Delhi is a city where ancient and modern blend seamlessly together. It is a place that not only touches your pulse but even fastens it to a frantic speed. Just a century ago, the British moved the seat of their empire from Kolkata to Delhi. And it has been the capital of India ever since. Now a thriving cosmopolitan metro, the city has much to celebrate as it has already reached the milestone of completing 100 years as a capital. The story of Delhi city is as old as the epic Mahabharata, when the town was known as Indraprastha, where the Pandavas used to live. Many empires rose to the heights of their power and were destroyed here. Among the prominent dynasties which made Delhi their capital were the Tughlaqs, the Khiljis and the Mughals. Even today, one can have a fascinating glimpse into the past in Old Delhi, with its labyrinth of narrow lanes, old havelis, and colorful bazaars. Rickshaws wind their way through this crowded, bustling capital of the Mughals, where the life continues, much as it did hundreds of years ago. It is home to the three World Heritage Monuments, Qutub Minar, the Red Fort, and Humayun's Tomb, that has survived many centuries and give an idea of architectural wonders created by emperors in the past. Central Delhi, with its tree-lined avenues, imposing structures and buildings such as the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the Parliament House and India Gate, reflect Delhi's colonial past. A number of museums provide a glimpse into the country's fascinating history. Not just the national monuments, Delhi has its share of sporting culture, with the city having hosted the first ever Asian Games in 1982 and most notably the 2010 Commonwealth Games. Many world-class sports events have taken place at the imposing Indira Gandhi Stadium, the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium and the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Delhi Golf Club is another significant landmark in the city, with its own adorable history and renowned for its challenging layout, scenic views, and unique blend of sport and history. Established in 1930s, the Delhi Golf Club transitioned from a struggling municipal cause to a prominent corporate entity in 1950. Today, it features the Championship Lodi Course and the Peacock Course. It is known for its historic setting amidst Mughal ruins like Lal Bangla and the Barakhamba Tomb, influencing course design and play. It serves as a social hub for Delhi's elite while hosting major tournaments. This week, the Delhi Golf Club hosts the prestigious 2 crore prize money Vishwa Samudra Open 2025, presented by Kapil Dev.
good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Delhi Golf Club for the final round of the Vishwa Samudra Open 2025. This tournament has been a resounding success thus far, and we've seen a lot of good golf, some beautiful golfing conditions, and leading the tournament right now is the indefatigable Yuvraj Sandhu. I'm your host, Shaurya Singh, joined alongside my co-host, Rahul Bajaj, and the two of us will take you through the proceedings, and it's been a really interesting week thus far. We've seen players struggle, we've seen some thrive, we've seen a lot of birdies, a few eagles, but at this point in time, it's clearly Yuvraj Sandhu's tournament. He's got a vice grip on this tournament, and he's looking to equal Manu Gandas's record of 6 victories for a day for the entire year. So, what are your thoughts on that, Rahul? We've seen some brilliant golf. Of course, Rashid is in close pursuit, but do you think that Yuvraj can get it done?
Well, absolutely. At this moment, as we can tell, Yuvraj is already 4 shots ahead. He's played 7 holes thus far, and he's already 3 under par for the day, pretty much carrying on the form that he came in with yesterday and left the course with a bogey-free 6 under par round. And he's already started this off with birdie on first, second, as well as the sixth. So definitely a strong showing by him. He's already accelerating past the rest of the field. Rashid Khan struggling to find his rhythm out there. He's only at even par, so he's still 4 shots away at 7 under par currently. Although this golf course has its own ways, and things could really seem interesting as the players move now into the back nine in about another half an hour from now.
Yeah, it's you've pretty much hit the nail on its head as we have a look at some of the others golfers come through. What Yuvraj has achieved this year has been fantastic, but the question on everybody's mind is, of course, that can he finish number one this year? Can he win that sixth title? And can he get it done with ease, which is never the case here at Delhi Golf Club, because there's always the golf course brings a surprise right towards the end, and Rashid is a worthy pursuer. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, see, one has to, respect the fact that Rashid is a very hungry competitor at this stage. At the end of the day, he's 34th on the order of merit. It's a position he's never seen in his golfing career thus far, and he is definitely going to try to put up his best fight out there. And he's an aggressive player, so mind you, he is not going to stay on his back foot. He is going to attack on his front foot. Having said that, Yuvraj Sandhu has just gone into 2 playoffs and hasn't been able to get those trophies home. So he's also very hungry, and that's why I think he started this day off in a very accelerative fashion, and he's really pushing forward with those 3 birdies at the start.
We're also having a look at the rest of the contenders. Of course, there's a chasm between Yuvraj and the third place position with almost 5 shots of them being adrift. I'd say there are about 5 players who have a realistic opportunity to try and win this tournament and unseat Yuvraj. Do you think apart from Rashid Khan, anybody else can really mount a challenge?
At this stage, I don't see many others really mounting a challenge onto Yuvraj. Although any of these players, who is Dhruv Shoran, is currently at 4 under par. He's quite a long shot away, and if anyone can get off to a really hot back nine only, then at this stage I see this as pretty much a 2-man race.
Yeah, I think so too, and it's fair to call it a duel in the sun. These are the perfect conditions. You're looking at 19 degrees, a hint of heat as well, which helps you in this weather. The ball travels a little farther, and is the winter conditions, but ideal. So the weather's perfect. The golf course is set up, couldn't have been better. And we have 2 players, two I would say burgeoning legends of the game. So it's for the viewers to really enjoy and see what happens today. And to take you through the rest of it, I'd like to throw over to our colleague Shivasnath in the commentary booth.
Thank you very much, Rahul and Shaurya. And it's good to be back on air with our colleague Nikhil Kalan, media head at the PGTI. And we're down to the action on the 10th hole. No better setting with the beautiful Lal Bangla at the Delhi Golf Club in the backdrop. Nikhil, tell us your views on what's happening here today. And of course, the big news that we spoke about yesterday, the newly announced PGTI League.
Thank you, Shivas. Well, big news coming in for Indian professional golf yesterday. And I'll just get to that. First, let's take a look at the action. N. Thangaraja, 3-time winner this year on the PGTI, teeing it up now. He's currently 4th at 4 under.
Well, there seems to be a lot of activity on the tee. Thanga staring that one down as his body language seems to suggest he may have missed it a shade right. The caddy running across also to probably get a better visual on what's happening on the right side, where the fairway does tend to open up a bit, of course, into the rough though.
Yes,
but better off than being in the jari in the thick stuff.
That's what I noticed when I saw his caddy running to one side. We now have one of the top southpaws left-handers on the PGTI, Jairaj Singh Sandhu. He's been a winner on the PGTI. He was the leader here at one stage. Let's see what he can come up with.
He's got a very nice, sweet, languid swing, a beautiful tempo, Nikhil,
and
lovely balance.
Good ball follow by our cameraman.
Yes, that's something which we've been chatting about. As we here are beautiful at the beautiful Delhi Golf Club, and a lot of members and fellow golfers have been, talking about how the camera work has indeed improved by leaps and bounds over this last season, because the camera men have really done a wonderful job. And following the ball is no easy task, especially when there's some sort of the skies are not particularly clear, and of course that happens a lot in the northern part of India at this time of the year. So
That's
great
right.
job by the cameraman.
There you have it, one of the landmarks at the DGC in the background.
Yeah, the
And
gorgeous
that's where
Lal
all the
Bangla.
parties happen in the evening during the winters outdoors.
And dare I say, a lot of photo shoots as well. A
That's
lot of
right.
people love this backdrop, and guys in groups of boys and girls here for lunch, and the winter lunch is very popular here. You see a lot of pictures being taken at the Lal Bangla.
So we have Jamal on the screen now, contending on the Order of Merit this year.
And it's very interesting, of course, you have the Order of Merit with Yuvraj absolutely powering on. He has every opportunity to close it this week because there's just 2 events to go now. And good pace on that one, but he seems to have misread it by a shade. Missed it right, not much work. About a foot away. Tappin. And Jamal's had a very decent season as well, Nikhil.
Yes, he's had a decent season, and as I said, he's doing well in the rankings. He's 5th right now, a win this year along with 7 other top 10s.
That's a very, very solid, performance, I must say.
And we are taking a look at this part just gone past. Om Prakash Chauhan there, former PGTI Order of Merit champion, represented India at the DP World Tour for a season as a result of his Order of Merit victory.
That was what, a couple of years ago? I think this Manu went first, then it was OP, then it was Veer.
Yes,
That's been the batting order.
2024, last year.
Yeah. No, and, I think that's a great opportunity for our boys from the PGTI to go out there on the DP World, ply their trade. But that said and done, as we are aware, the DP World season actually starts before our Order of Merit ends. And this has been a bit of a conversation with some of the players as well, that sometimes our boys actually miss out on the first couple of events before the Middle East swing actually starts in January. When they actually have the events in the southern hemisphere like South Africa. Our boy that gets nominated as the Order of Merit leader actually misses the first couple of events on the DP World.
That's right, and that's the kind of weather that would suit our Indian players.
Yes, indeed.
So Mohammad Sanju makes that putt, and now we have Om Prakash Chauhan on our screen on the 10th hole.
Yeah, it's a pretty funky shirt he's got on. It's a nice, vibrant print. Good to light up our day in the gloomy Delhi weather today.
And if you noticed, he's got his initials on the shirt, OP.
Ah, well, that's nice. You certainly are a man for details, Nikhil.
Yes. So, action from the 10th hole, and I must say, both fellow commentators, Rahul and Shaurya, were looking rather dapper in their opening.
Oh, absolutely. I was sitting with Shaurya this morning grabbing some breakfast before we got pulled into the commentary box and said hello to a friend who I will choose not to name, but he's a member here at the Delhi Golf Club. And hey, buddy, join us. He said, no, you're in a business meeting. I said, नहीं, ये Shaurya साहब ही हैं. Jacket पहन के आ गए. आज वो TV पे होने वाले हैं.
Right. So we are on the 9th, and Yuvraj has extended his lead to 4 shots, as you can see, 11 under, while Rashid is 7 under through 7 holes. And what do you make of that chip,
I think that's a delightful chip, from spot he's at. The spin is actually literally on the front, is just guarded by the front crest, and managing the pace is
that's a Viraj.
Easy thing.
That was Viraj Madappa.
Yes, that was Viraj. Crossed him this morning when he came off the 5th green, and also noticed young Yuvraj's father was walking with him, and one of the things we were actually talking about is that it's about time a corporate or a
that
strong
was
company
Dhruv Shioran.
put a little bit of their financial weight behind Yuvraj, because when he's going to be, and I certainly hope he's going to be on the DP World next year, it's an easily a 2 crore spend for the family. So getting your logo onto the shirt or onto the cap, and helping the young man out to grow his future without more pressure on the parents would be very, very helpful. And of course, I say this across the board for a lot of young golfers who could use a little bit of financial assistance from sponsors or patrons.
And what do you think happened there with that bunker shot for Dhruv Shoran?
I just think there was probably not enough sand below the club face because it came out a little bladed. It didn't seem like a poorly executed shot. It's just that sometimes what happens is when even you dig your feet into the sand, that's to obviously get a better balance and a little sense of what the sand is like. But all said and done, between where you dig your feet in and where the ball sits, at least about 17, 18 inches away. So kabhi ho sakta hai ke at the spot where the ball lies, it may not be a consistent level of sand.
Right. और अब हमारी स्क्रीन पर अक्षय शर्मा चंडीगढ़ के
और सर उनकी शर्ट भी अच्छी है
रंग बिरंगी
बिल्कुल very nice. It's become very fashionable, the sport now. It's so nice to see a lot of our young players and some of the wily veterans
yes
donning some very colorful and interesting designs.
Yes.
So not only Nikhil, are we seeing Akshay Sharma on the 9th green on our screen, but we're also seeing him from our commentary booth. It's one of those privileged positions near the tombs behind the 9th green at the Delhi Golf Club.
That's right.
You couldn't have a better office for the day, right?
Exactly. Best seat in the house.
Indeed, indeed.
And here's Viraj going through his pre-shot routine. Something he always does. He has the lowest winning total here, by the way, 14 under.
Was the Panasonic?
No, he won the MP Cup.
Okay.
Back in 2021 here at the DGC. That's when he set that record. And Dhruv had a good week here at the DP World India Championship.
Indeed, he did. And he's such a pleasant young man. He's always got a smile, always so courteous. Did very well in Japan. Went through 2 stages of Q School. And there are 4 stages of Q School for the Japanese tour, as our co-commentator Rahul Bajaj was pointing out. And unfortunately, he had a bit of a stumble or a hiccup on the 3rd round. But it's very interesting, what also Rahul mentioned, that this young man had, of course, the courage and the gumption to go out there, test his skills there. And as you get from one stage of Q School to the other, the weather just gets cooler and colder, and obviously the standard of golf gets even better and better because you're getting closer to the main tour.
That's right. And he's been playing a lot in Japan. His wife is Japanese.
Indeed,
Yes.
indeed. There's some lovely photographs of his very engaging Instagram handle where he's dressed up like a swinging samurai.
That's right.
Shiny sword and whatnot.
That's right. And he's learning how to speak Japanese now.
Well, I'm sure that's going to happen by naturalization now that he's married to a lovely Japanese girl.
Yes. So just take the audiences through the new announcement. 72 the league is what the PGTI announced yesterday in partnership with Game of Life Sports. The inaugural edition will feature multi-city franchises, each with 10 professional players, to be held from 21st February to 6th March 2026 across Delhi NCR. Player auctions to be held in January 2026. Back to the action.
The ball I see is bobbling around a bit, and that's again something that's probably more of a winter phenomena because, courses like Delhi Golf Club that have severe winters as well as severe summer, typically, there have to be winter grasses as well as summer grasses that are seeded into the greens and the fairways. And there's probably a crossover time where the summer grass is sort of died off and the bit of winter grass that is there still hasn't taken full bloom. So you see it, the color is a bit of a dullish green.
That's right.
Greens are also very much quicker because of the sparsity of the lack of density on the grass. But that's being said and done. What we're really saying here is great job by the Delhi Golf Club team and the PGTI. It's a compliment that at this time of the year, you still have greens that roll at this speed and this level of purity.
And a new addition for our viewers, you see the graphics on top of the players.
Oh, the
Making
sticker,
it
yes.
Easier
Yes.
to identify the players.
It's easier for
sticky.
you, it's easier for me, it's
That's
easier for
right.
our viewers. And, great job again. Fabulous new addition to... and we have to say, while, of course, we've been on this side of the commentary box, Nikhil, and, of course, while you're a regular, and I do many of them, we've just seen that the quality of our own production has actually improved very, very significantly in the last 1 year. And our
That's right.
cameramen are better. Dare I say, you and I are better. Okay, Shaurya and Rahul are also better.
So we have our lefty on the screen, Jiraj Singh Sandhu.
He was our leader after the first round.
And
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, snuck it in. Well done.
makes that putt.
Well done. So there we have it. Yuvraj still in the hot seat, 11 under, and 4 behind Rashid Khan, who really hasn't been able to keep pace with Yuvraj today. And we have then, of course, at 5 under and higher, Akshay Sharma and a bunch of other friends.
That's
Had-
right. 3 different leaders on all 3 days. Jairaj and Thangaraja, Yuvraj Sandhu.
So yesterday, well, the three of us, Rahul, Shaurya and myself in the commentary box were having a little bit of a friendly wager on what's going to be probably the winning score, and we called it at about 10 or 11 under. And Yuvraj has kind of gone ahead, and he's at 12 under now.
He's
Look
at
at that.
12 under. He's
Another
opened up
birdie
a
on the 8th, the par
5-shot lead.
5. And, that boy is just playing some really good golf.
Yes. And yesterday, in his post-round interview, he mentioned that he needed some time away from the game. Since he's been on the road, been playing back-to-back weeks, so he needed some time to introspect about his game, and he also needed some time away from the game. So he went back home, rushed from Jaipur to Chandigarh, and got in a game of paddle tennis with his friends.
And I think that's very important for that reset. And of course, now we have a visual of the 11th hole. Definitely one of my favorite holes on this golf course. It's a very tight driving hole. You have to shape it left to right. And there's a bunker down the left side of the fairway at which you fire it and move it left to right. And that green, again, can be quite menacing, particularly the back right pin position, which is exactly where we have it today. 32 yards on, 5 from the right. And that's a 40-yard depth green. And that's a very tricky pin position.
Oh, he's just moved out. He's just pulled out. I think something distracted him there. This, they are in such a zone, the golfers. The concentration levels, what do you have to say about that, Shivas? It's, they anything in your peripheral vision can tend to disturb you.
Oh, for sure, because you do have a bit of movement, because as we know, you have the Peacock course, which is the 9-hole shorter course here at the Delhi Golf Club, which runs very close to a lot of holes on the back 9 on the what is known as the Lodi course, which is the main course.
Right.
And that looked like a good
And
swing.
another good ball follow.
Yeah.
Let's see where this lands.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's pounded
Centre.
it, get over that ridge. Does it make it over? Does it? No.
Centre
Well, that's still centre fairway.
Yes. he's
Again,
been
they're
doing well.
talking about the visuals which you were about, Nikhil. Look at this, the little
Yes.
Vishwa Samudra
We've got
logo.
the Vishwa
Challenge it,
Samudra
change it.
logo right there at the
And
tee.
yeah, and it's very fascinating how this technology works, because we see it in cricket also all the time, on the field, sponsor logos, and it's awesome to see this as well on the 10th tee.
Okay, just a little mention of 72, the league, before Viraj tees off. 72, the name comes from par for the course, which is generally 72. Not always 72, but most of the times it is 72.
Raj going with what looks like, is it a driving iron? I think that's a driving iron.
And there goes
Nice.
Viraj, one of the fittest guys on the tour.
Yeah, he was quite a tubby little youngster, wasn't he, back in the day when he played junior golf? And that's it. And he's such a courteous, well put together young man. It's always
Yes.
such a pleasure and delight to meet with him.
And now you have
That's
Dhruv
Dhruv, yep.
Sharan.
Also going off with a driving iron. That's a very popular choice on this course, and understandably so, right?
That's
we,
right.
we get into the Jharis, we lose golf balls, we've lost a few
Yes.
shirts as well that the
Yes.
thorns do not spare.
Something interesting that Jairaj mentioned to me after round 1 was that for a lefty like him, the way he shapes the ball, he uses the driver on the 3rd and the 18th. It's easier.
Yes, it makes sense, because both holes favor a left to right shape of the tee, particularly on the 18th, where you get kind of boxed in on the left side with the overhanging trees. So obviously, as
And-
the legendary Lee Trevino would say, a fade listens, a draw does not listen. So yeah, you're right. The fade will be
Yes, and he's a fade player.
a strong part of his arsenal.
Now we have Rahul Bajaj joining us in the commentators box as I take leave. Thank you, Shivas.
Thank you, Nikhil. Always a delight to have you here. And while I welcome Rahul in, let me mention to you, Rahul, that as you were outside sipping water out of the commentary box, Nikhil was full of praise for the jacket and the matching with the checkered shirt. And I think he's just a bit shy. He hasn't welcomed you with strong enough compliments on your dressing today. And of course, while Rahul has just joined us, I must tell our viewers, do stay tuned, because joining Rahul in the commentary box is going to be our CEO, Amandeep Johal, who will speak about the 72, the newly announced PGTI League. And well, that's said and done, of course. Aside from being our CEO, Amandeep, one heck of a golfer himself. He actually won his first national title, the All India, at this very golf course several years ago. And dare I add that I was one of his victims along the way. So, of course, looking forward to having Amandeep. And Rahul, tell us a little bit about what's going on your side while you've been out there on the golf course with some of the golfers.
Well, first and foremost, thank you so much, Shivas, for this welcome that you've done. You're really waxing eloquent on something which I kind of disagree with. I think I'd rather wax eloquent on that putt that was just dropped by Mohammad Sanju. Having said that, thank you to Nikhil as well. Nikhil, of course, the head of media here on the PGTI, is one of the foremost members, and he's the one who runs all of this show and puts it all together. So thank you so much to Nikhil as well. And talking about what's going on outside on the golf course, Yuvraj Sandhu seems to be on a complete tear over here. He's made 4 birdies in the first 8 holes. Birdies on both the par 5s and birdie on second as well as the 6th, both being pretty tough par 4s. The pins on in pretty tough positions on both these holes. So, you know, it is an extremely interesting day. And Yuvraj Sandhu seems to have gone off straight away, starting off on 5th gear. And Rashid Khan now having to catch up 5 shots opposed to just 1 shot at the start of the day. So clearly Yuvraj Sandhu almost running like a one-man horse, and Jamal Hussain Mola from Bangladesh unfortunately missing that one just on the edge of the hole here on the 11th. Talking about going on a tear, Akshay Sharma currently at 1 under par on 3rd position. He is at 5 under, so it's going to be tough to catch the leader from this position, but there could be a fight for the second from here. Although the Delhi Golf Club can yield a lot of surprise, so I wouldn't really count out what can happen in the back 9. You really never know. Let's take a look at Om Prakash Chauhan, a player from Mau. OP also has plied a lot of his trade in Europe and has played a complete season over there and learnt a lot over the years. As we take a look on the 10th hole, Viraj Marappa, the athletic golfer from Calcutta, currently at a score of 1 over, not having quite the showing on this front half that he's played this morning. But
yeah, he's 4 over for the day so far after his first 9 holes. But, you know, just to let our viewers know how tough is this course playing, you only have 6 players under par.
Absolutely. In
for
fact,
the tournament, that is, of course.
Yes, in fact, you know, the greens today are even faster than yesterday. They're at 10.6.
Yes.
Those are really fast greens to contend with, and that is the major challenge. And also the course has become firmer over the days, and also owing to the Delhi winters, so it's quite tough. And there we have a little
a birdie visual, yeah. A birdie visual.
A birdie even before the players have shown up on the green, Shivas.
Is that going to be a good omen for young Viraj? Well, we'd love for that to be a good omen.
Absolutely. Pin today on the 10th hole is 20 in from the front and 7 towards the right. So Viraj should have nearly about, I think, 25 to 30 feet here for a birdie. Let's take a look now at Akshay Sharma, the man from Chandigarh, currently at 5 under par.
And, you know, as we were as we of course watch Akshay line up his second shot and send one in, how good is Yuvraj playing? Because as I mentioned, there's just 6 guys under par for the tournament, and Yuvraj on his own is 12 under. That is the separation we're talking about. That's a great shot, by the way. In the meantime,
Super shot here by Akshay Sharma. Akshay hits a bit of a fade shot with his irons and also with his woods, and this kind of a flag location is certainly something he could attack, and he's done so beautifully.
what a great visual that was, Rahul, of the 10th fairway with the beautiful Lal Bangla at the back.
100%. In fact, lovely shot again on this hole. One of the things that we get from the viewpoint when the camera is on the green is that we get to see the entire hole length, and that gives our viewers a superb understanding of what the hole is like and how the design of the course is like. Unlike just seeing a certain part of it, and especially the people who have not played at the Delhi Golf Club, it's kind of like the reality shown right here completely. And you've got the rough on either side. It's a jungle very famous. That's something that's known across the world actually. But when you see this complete view, you get to understand really what it looks like in reality. Manu Gandas not having the best of showings today. Started off with unfortunately 4 bogeys on the scorecard, and this seems like a short birdie putt. Time to get one back, buddy. And then nearly about 8 feet to the hole here for Manu.
Oh, just didn't give that enough.
So
Could be disappointed with that.
seems like a putt which sort of started on the wrong line as well.
Yeah, and
Not
that was a
only-
short putt for a birdie, because must have hit a tremendous second shot, because the pin is cut just in the front, over the front. Well, I wouldn't call it a false front, but it's an elevated front. So anything that comes up a yard or two short of target is coming back down off the front. The course is in terrific condition, even for this time of the year, Rahul, because as you were speaking about it, I couldn't help but notice the clearly defined collars on the green and the first cut on the fairways between the main rough, and as we can see, that's exactly what is visible. Very, very well defined areas. Great work by the agronomy team.
Absolutely. It's not easy to keep good playing conditions in the Delhi winters, and you'd find that across the NCR region that all of the courses really suffer a lot during the winters. That's to do with the weather, the sunlight, that struggle sort of comes onto the courses as well. So it's absolutely a terrific job done by the courses agronomy team, as you mentioned earlier.
No, and then of course again the days are shorter, but you can't get a tee time in most of the golf courses. The major ones, Delhi Golf Club, you have DLF, you have JP Greens. For the love of God and money, you just can't find yourself a tee time. It's tough.
So there you go. Not only is the weather going to be playing a part for the Greens committee, the Greens teams to be able to maintain the course, but also the amount of traffic that they see, and of course they are also trying to deal with that on a daily basis. And also this time of the year brings to you lots and lots of tournament traffic that these courses see.
Absolutely right. And I think today the course, the first tee opened up for members, I believe, at about 11:30. I overheard the starters saying that there was already a massive queue of members waiting to be let loose, because of course members can't tee off after the professionals have cleared the first hole.
Madappa is electing to tap that one in. He's left that short of the hole by about 2 feet.
Yep,
No
perfect.
trouble.
No mistake there. Well done.
That'll be par on the card for Madappa on hole number 10.
And of course the final group makes its way to the 10th tee, and you can see there's a lot of hustle bustle behind the 10th tee, and that's probably something that the players have to block out of their mind and out of their vision, because there's just always some functions happening on the main lawn, or the weekday winter lunches which members love to attend. There's a lot of action happening here.
Well, talking about action, Rashid Khan has just come off.
He's flailed that right. He just seemed to get out of that a little quickly.
Yes, I think, and he's also signaling to the ball boy
Yeah,
that
that's right.
the ball is out
Indeed.
to the right, and he's just coming off a bogey on hole number 9, so he's actually given Sandhu now a 6-shot lead.
And dare I say again, I'm sounding like a bit of a fanboy for young Yuvraj, but how good is he? There's 6 guys under par, and he's 6 ahead at 12 under of his nearest pursuer. That's just terrific.
Absolutely. In fact, just a few moments ago, I was also speaking with Shaurya about the same thing. And what's really impressive is the way that he's doing this week after week, and
Yes.
that's the impressive part, really. And has completely gone off on a complete tear this front nine. 4 under through the front half here at the Delhi Golf Club is no mean feat. Let's take a look now at Manu Gandas.
So I was also told by Nikhil a little while ago that, of course, while we're all aware Yuvraj has won 5 and could well close it out to 6 this season, 6 wins I'm talking about. That would actually match the record set by Manu Gandas, who also had, I think, 6 wins a couple of seasons ago.
Absolutely, and yes, and certainly he looks like he's completely poised at this moment to be able to put that 6th. And let's take a quick break now for commercials.
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for?
अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस। जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास, जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन। इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं।
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस, थकान वाली प्यास के लिए।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कर आता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
I'm sorry sir, my mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है।
मुश्किल खड़ी है, खोले सीना, सामने एक चट्टान है, मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना, चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है, जिद है जिद क्या बावाली, जिद है जिद क्या बावाली, जिद है जिद क्या बावाली, जिद।
Back to the 11th green. This one's going to move a little bit right to left. No mistake there.
Bhattacharya has turned at 1 over par through that front nine, and really finding it tough to find the form that he would like this week. And, but he's sticking around within the top 10.
And we see, well, Thangaraja finding a bit of form today after being not finding his best yesterday. He's 2 under for the day after 10 and back in 4th place at 4 under. Manu Gandas again, we spoke about it, not a good day for him at all. 4 over on the front 9, and that's of course dropped him down to 1 under. And Shaurya Bhattacharya, Rahul, what's his thought process? Because he's number 2 on the order of merit, right behind, of course, 30 lakhs behind Yuvraj, and he's certainly having a breakout season. This is his 2nd season on tour, if I'm not mistaken, and which of course I'm aware and our viewers should be. He's actually your student. You work very closely with him.
So I'll sort of try to give this out in as little as I possibly can. I'd rather have these questions be asked directly to Shaurya, because at the end of the day, a lot of the decision making that he would be doing is his decision making. Having said that, he's certainly looking at trying to climb up to that number 1, but this week is an important week, and so is it going to be the Tata Open, but he was already chasing by 31 lakhs. So at the end of the day, I'll talk a little bit from the outsider's perspective at this time. This week, as well as the week coming and the week coming after that, which is the Tata Open, which is total of 5 CRs, had to be played fantastically to be able to have any shot at Yuvraj Sandhu, mind you. And he's proving us there that if you want to catch me, you'll have to play superbly well. So yes, that is what is required. Unfortunately, Shaurya is not quite having a great time with his hitting this week, and that's the reason that he's kind of struggling to make the score. Rashid Khan there, literally stuck in the middle of a rock in a hard place, and there we have. He's standing on the cart path, I think, Shivas.
He is. This is the one he's flailed out on the 10th hole, right? And I certainly hope it's his 2nd shot and he didn't have to take a penalty drop from the Jharis.
He's got a bit of an opening over here, and he did hit the shot. Although I don't think he quite got enough club on that. It just sort of popped out, and I think it stopped there in the rough, if I'm not wrong.
I certainly hope not, because it's nice to see Rashid doing well and, in the mix. It's been a while since we've seen Rashid in the mix at this level.
At this moment, Akshay Sharma has also joined Rashid at 6 under par after a birdie on hole number 10. After that shot that we saw just a few moments ago, where he faded that ball in towards that right side flag location, stopped it pretty much within 10 feet.
And there, of course, we have the order of merit leader, the tournament leader, the outstanding steam engine that I've grown to enjoy referring to. That's Yuvraj Sandhu.
Steaming pretty well. Unfortunately, that's...
well, using your language, he ran out a bit of steam there.
Well, looking at that, that's quite funny actually, because he's coming right from the fairway.
Yes.
And he's left that short of the green. Quite surprising. Must be an issue with the lie or something like that. Or maybe he just couldn't get enough club on the ball.
Some sort of a miscue or a miscalculation. And I certainly hope for his sake that he's not come further down, because the green is set on a little bit of an elevation.
Well, interesting up and down in this situation is what we're going to get to see. So
yes,
a treat for us nonetheless. And let's take a look now at Manu Gandas. Beautiful driver down into the middle of the fairway.
That looks nice. That was a smooth swing. Great tempo. It's got the right... Even he's well short. My God.
Talking about great tempo, Shivas, I was out walking with Shaurya, Shaurya's group this morning. He's playing alongside Endanga Raja and Jairaj Sandhu. And, I've never really seen Jairaj playing in person, and I really liked the way he swung the club. It was kind of like the rhythm was amazing, and it was a very elegant looking swing, if I may.
No, you're absolutely right. That's something which is not lost on me at all. And I don't know whether it's just me or it's everyone. I just seem to find a lot of left-handed golfers swings very with excellent rhythm and tempo and great balance. Or is it just that it's so unique, particularly in India, that it just automatically looks good because it's different?
I don't quite have the answer to that one. Although his particular way of going about the business was something which was, I think, quite impressive to me. Rashid Khan, quite a brilliant shot there. Nearly about 15 feet now, Shivas, for a par.
No, you were right. His shot from the rough did pop up a bit. Probably caught a little behind. And that probably climbed up the club face and clipped the trees, right?
So I think sometimes what happens is that when we're trying to keep that really low, we kind of end up climbing ourselves on top of the ball, which ends up not giving us ample contact with it. So that leads to a bit of a struggle. And while we take a look at the leader group here on our screens, Michele Ortolani from Italy is actually gone on to be 5 under par for the day, and he has slowly got himself into a tie for the 9th position at even par alongside Jamal Hussain as well as Shaurya Bhattacharya. So superb round going on here for Michele Ortolani. And we also have a mention here for a couple of other players who are saucing it up on the course. Hani Besoya, 3 under par. And we've also got Akshay Niranjan, currently 2 under par for the day. So a few mentions there. Shubham Jaglan, the player who now, of course, this is the place where he's actually come up from. And he now plays on the PGA Tour Americas, a man who's made quite the news in the last few weeks, and 2 under par currently for the day. And so is Mohammad Azhar. So a few players out there really putting a great show.
And as we now watch Yuvraj make this interesting little pitch up to the 10th green. Speaking about great shows, we're going to elevate the show now. We have Shaurya Singh joining us in the commentary box to be with Rahul Bajaj and take you folks away to the start of the back nine for the leaders.
Sandhu coming up for his 3rd shot from the front portion of the green. This one is an important up and down to be made. He's got to continue his form the way it's going. Anything at the Delhi Golf Club which becomes a bit of a hiccup can become quite a challenge. Look for this one to get close. Sandhu done pretty well. He's got about a 5-footer now for a par. There we have the majestic Delhi Golf Club clubhouse in our view. One of the most beautiful settings for a golf tournament here. Right in the heart of Delhi, very close to the India Gate, is the Delhi Golf Club. And of course has been a host to some of the biggest golf tournaments which have taken place in the country. In fact, just a few weeks back in the world, number 2 Rory McIlroy as well as Tommy Fleetwood were here competing on this very track for the DP World event.
Yes, a beautiful golf course indeed. Not just a golf course, it's more of an institution. And some brilliant golf that's been displayed by Yuvraj Sandhu. He's just running away with this tournament, playing like a steam locomotive, and the rest of the players are playing catch-up. Unfortunately, Rashid having dropped a few shots.
Yep, Rashid hasn't quite been able to, get his day started off the way he would have liked. He started off from 1 shot behind, and now suddenly has found himself 6 shots behind. A little bit of contribution to that was made by Rashid, but a lot of that takeover was done by Yuvraj himself. So, he would have. Rashid definitely had his work cut out today, especially after, the year that he's had. His season hasn't really been very friendly to him. Let's take a look now at Manu Gandas putting for a birdie here from the front of the green.
Yeah, I've been most impressed by Manu going with the driver here on hole number 10, and this is his birdie effort. Maybe all of 30 feet with a little break right towards the end to the left. Let's see how that works out for him. Really rolling well the greens today, and that's a brilliant putt.
Super effort over here. Just left with a tiny little tap in. Pretty much an online putt. I'm sure he was trying to push it to go into the hole there. Unfortunately, settle for a par. Manu Gandas will have to stick around at 1 under par for now. Rashid Khan for a par over here. If he has to keep his campaign up, this putt must be made for Rashid. This putt to stay at 6 under par. Still a long shot away from the lead, but definitely important to stay in the game. Putt coming up short over there for Rashid Khan. This would drop him off to 5 under for the tournament, and now 7 shots behind Yuvraj if Yuvraj is to make the par putt over here. So players are trying to make things very interesting on the course. Like always, the Delhi Golf Club has its ways, and that's what we are going to be finding out now. Akshay Sharma, of course, at 2 under par and has now moved to a solo second position. Welcoming back Nikhil Kalan into the commentary box. Welcome, Nikhil.
Thank you, Rahul.
So we are here now, Nikhil, on the 10th hole. The leader group has reached over here, and Yuvraj has about a 5-footer for a par. He's chipped it up from the front of the green. An important putt for him.
Par putt. Yuvraj running away with it. At the moment opens up a 6-shot lead.
Absolutely. This putt is important for him to keep that 6-shot lead, and of course to keep the engine rolling the way it is rolling right now.
Okay. You see our new graphics there, the sticky. And he holds it in no trouble whatsoever.
Well, of course, an important swing here, Nikhil, for Yuvraj. Yuvraj staying at 12 under now, and Rashid has dropped off to 5 under par with a bogey on this hole.
So that opens up a much
7.
larger gap. And Akshay Sharma, he's 6 shots behind and only 8 holes to go for him. So he's got to pick up as many shots as he possibly can if he has to try to give any sort of a fight to Sandhu.
They're all chasing Yuvraj now. Akshay's got his task cut out. Action from hole number 11. Now you see the contender Akshay Sharma on the screen with his floral t-shirt.
Something that's become quite customary for him. He brings these out through the week these days, I see.
Yes.
Now may I get my fellow co-commentator Shivasnath back into the commentary box.
And Akshay misses it. Goes past the hole. Would be a 4-footer. What do you have to say, Shivas?
Yeah, that seems, Nikhil, a little bit more than 4 feet. But, interestingly, this putt is going to move a shade left to right, I imagine. And this is probably one of the trickiest pin positions on this hole. There's a big slope. And once you can get up onto it, it just moves. You're always hitting into the grain and into a bit of an uphill with the right to left swing if it's from where I think Viraj is coming.
That's right. Viraj taking his time reading the line.
Certainly a very important putt there because he's not really been able to get going today, and this is important for him to remain in touch with being on the top. And my God, exactly that. He has just left it a shade too short. It is a bit uphill. It is into the grain. And, well, of course, easier said than done from the commentary box than on the 11th green, right, Nikhil?
That's right. That's right. So a 6-shot lead for Yuvraj now, looking for his 6th title, which could match the PGTI record for most wins in a season.
That's held by Manu Gandas, right?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Feat earlier achieved by Manu Gandas in 2022. Incidentally, when Yuvraj had won 5 titles. So,
a lot happening here. Yuvraj, of course, at 4 under for the day, 12 under for the event. And a bit of movement behind him.
okay. So, crucial putt there for Akshay. Oh, he's pulled out again. We saw that earlier in the day.
Yeah, we saw that exactly on the 10th tee, right?
That's right.
So something, and some days, as you said, just not in the zone.
Whoa.
But no mistake there. Gave it a bit of a wrap and, as you said, cut out the flagstick.
Interestingly, he didn't pull out the flagstick there.
Yeah, that itself has been quite a debate since the post-COVID era, as we reference it now. And, we have split opinions on that. I, for one, prefer the flag stick out. I've always just been more comfortable having a cleaner look at the hole. Otherwise, I'm a bit too worried, and that happens with some other people as well, that if you hit the flag stick a bit too firm with the putt, that's, as we used to call, back up, it can actually deflect out.
Right. So, Dhruv in action, and he makes that putt.
And I've also believed, sometimes just getting the flag stick out and started back when you're chipping from just off the green and you're trying to make the putt. That was a great thumbs up from Dhruv. He's such an affable, pleasant, happy young person, and this is clearly any golf course, I think, is his happy space.
And that's what you want to be. That's the mood you want to be in
100%.
on the golf course.
You have to love your job, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And of course, we seem to be clearly amongst the happy lot that are in a happy space. Love our job.
And there you have it. Our tournament host, Mr. Kapil Dev, President PGTI and Indian cricket legend. He'll be with us on air shortly. As you see, our fellow commentators, Shaurya Singh and Rahul Bajaj there with him.
We are here with the legend that requires no introduction, Mr. Kapil Dev. Of course, it's a great day for golf in general and Professional Golf Tour of India with the launch of the league. And we're seeing this tournament also. What a great success, sir. What are your thoughts, and congratulations on the league as well, sir.
Thank you very much. Very happy, delighted, planning for last almost 5 months. Given us that glimpse how to make a successful league. And second most important thing happen in golf is where the club tournament taking place. In the club, all the leagues happening. I think that's cherry on the cake, what I feel. They get the glimpse in last 4-5 years. All the clubs all over the country having their own league. And I think it will be a good for golf.
So certainly, so it has been absolutely phenomenal what has happened with professional golf, with the PGTI and now the league coming up. What do you think? We are in the second edition now of the Vishwa Samudra Open. This is 2025 season, and the season has been super. We've nearly touched about 35 crores in prize money over here. How do you think that the PGTI will be going from strength to strength? Of course, league already adding to that sprinkle.
I think more important is we want to welcome. We want to say that I think it's very, very important. The new sponsor coming. I mean, last 15 years, most of the sponsor were the same. Now, in last 2 years, lot of new sponsor come out, like Vishwa Samudra, which tournament taking place. He's the new sponsor, and I think it's very important the new people coming and enjoying their, enjoying to represent golf, and that's what we look for. And league will be the same cherry on the cake, and I say Aman and his team, Amrit Mathur and his team, I hope they will make it much more success.
Amandeep Joel, the CEO of the PGTI, thank you so much for joining us over here. Mr. Joel, I would like to hear from you and the viewers to know from you firsthand as to what you see for the league and how you think this is going to pan out for Indian golf, and what is the perception that the world must have of it?
Thank you. It's always good to be here in Delhi Golf Club. Talking about the league, I think it's added a new flavor. I think that's the intent. 4-day stroke play events, people see a lot. IPL brought in, the cricket league brought in a new flavor, T20, quick game. That's the intent, to bring a new flavor so that more people can get behind the game of golf. More people get involved, because once you have franchisees owning certain teams, you get that whole ecosystem working with those players. Because right now, players are, okay, they've got a sponsor, they've got a player, he roams around, he's an individual person. Now when you get an ecosystem of the entire team behind you, not just the owners, their extended families, the businesses, everybody gets behind those 10 people, and that's the intent. To make the golfers of India, more popular, more household names. That's the intent. And secondly, I feel that golf, yesterday also I said at the press conference, it's such an individual sport. You are playing your own game, he's playing his own game, I'm playing my own game, and he's playing his own game. Here you'll have 10 people working at how to fix your weaknesses, how to make you better. So I think a team sport like the Ryder Cup does wonders for the American team, more importantly the European team. But I feel a team format is going to do that for the players who are going to be, the 60 players who are going to be playing.
Absolutely. And Mr. Kapil Dev, of course, you've played for India and you know what it is like to be in a team. What kind of a flavor do you think that this brings to our golfers in terms of the team event that it is?
No, I'll take it from where Aman is stopped. I must say that yes, golf is very individual, but it's people should learn what is the team game is. And when the leagues start taking place, the ownership and the friendship will increase 100-folds. When you're playing only your individual game, it's a different. Now you want your colleague to perform better, and you do better. I think league give you ownership of a friendship as a team, and the sponsor coming, he's the father figure. The sponsor always a father figure. You can go back and say, we need this, this, this. Individual, you can't go. As a team, you can represent and you can enjoy that. I feel very happy. The golfer should learn what his team game is. And I played team game. It's totally different than you are depending on yourself. You know, you're depending on team. Like you have a team, you have to complement each other. And that's the cherry on the cake.
So my final question for the both of you, sir. Yuvraj has been incredibly dominant. You can't really think back how long you have to really go back that you've seen a player of this caliber perform week after week. He's 6 shots ahead. Is it done and dusted, or you think there is still a sting in the tail? Maybe there's a last change. What do you think, sir? Who's going to win this tournament?
If you ask me, we have seen twice this season where he's leading far ahead, but other people come from the back and they win. That's a good sign also. You can't take things for granted. But I think this year, Yuvraj done something which in last 15 years we haven't seen. His performance day in, day out, playing 20 under, 18 under, 12 under, 14 under, I think that's a very, very important. Yes, my call is coming, but I will talk to you people. Aman, take over.
I think, yes, Yuvraj has really dominated, but like Kapil said that, the domination is there, but the depth is also there. There are guys like Shaurya and Manu Gandas and Veer Alawat and all, they're lurking. The moment he weakens out or he fails, and we've seen it 3 times, like Kapil said, 3 times in this year, he lost out and he was winning, and it almost felt like you said done and dusted, but it's never done and dusted till the last putt is holed. So we've seen it many times in golf, and I hope he can see it through. I was hoping that, I want to make one comment here about world ranking points. If it was world ranking points of a couple of years ago, he would have definitely qualified for the Olympics, the number of tournaments he's won and how. So, we need to re-talk with the world ranking bodies so that the number of points that come to PGTI events goes up. I think we are going to increase prize money. That is going to help us. We're going to get more players from abroad to start competing in India, and that's the whole intent, to make sure our world ranking points go up so that guys like Yuvraj and all don't have to, can easily qualify for the Olympics. But my best wishes for him. I think he's going to hold the Indian flag high in Europe next year. Definitely keep his card. I think he's going to win next year in Europe.
I want to ask as a spectator, not as not. Do you think anybody dominated Indian golf the way Yuvraj is playing? You played for 20 years and you've seen the golf. I haven't seen that much, but this type of performance consistency, have you seen any other golfer in the country? I think he's a superstar.
No, definitely, sir. I think we had superstars of before. Guys like Jeev Milkha Singh dominated, Ashok Kumar dominated, Undian Mane dominated, but never something like what Yuvraj has done this year. Without a doubt. I mean, they were legendary players, and, they finished on top of the order of merit, won convincingly. But I think Yuvraj has, last year, Veer Alawat, probably on the strength of the Indian Open, he went so far ahead that nobody was able to catch up with him. But Yuvraj, the number of tournaments, he's in contention every week. I mean,
myself and Rahul had a discussion about this, that what he is doing is rarefied air. Week after week, he's 20 under, 30 under. It's once in a lifetime kind of a player. We have great expectations from him, and of course from the tour and for what the both of you have done and mean for the game of golf. We like to thank you and for taking the time out, sir. And final words from my co-commentator Rahul as well.
Well, of course, big thank you to both of you, for what you're doing for the sport. Not only is it for, professional golf, but also, I see this as very big for the junior golfers as well. So definitely, I think on part of the junior golfers, I would say thanks to all of you, because, this is how the stepping stone of the sport starts, and they are the ones who are going to reap the benefits of this 10 years from now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Thank you, sir. We need to catch Anil.
Well, Nikhil, wasn't that interesting? We had Rahul and Shaurya sharing their bit of rarefied air with Mr. Kapil Dev and Mr. Amandeep Joel, and some very interesting nuggets of information coming from that conversation.
Absolutely. He mentioned how dominant Yuvraj has been this year, and he's had quite a roller coaster season. 5 wins, but not to forget, he's been runner up twice when he's been in winning positions. So again, a 6th beckons for him now.
No, indeed, he has been absolutely non-stop solid, extremely consistent.
Right.
And he's also, very importantly, planned his schedule very well, because, he's been at it week in and week out. And as you rightly mentioned, between the Jaipur Open and the Vishwa Samudra Open, he went back home to spend a day with his buddies and reset his mind, because otherwise you get stale and exhausted being on tour.
That's right. Manu on the screen now, also a winner this year very recently, and Manu makes that. In fact, he was the one who prevailed over Yuvraj in one of the playoffs in Chandigarh.
Yes, that was one heck of a playoff, because they had the top right pin position, if you remember, in Chandigarh, and that's one hell of a position.
That's right.
And it was literally a par that won the playoff when both of them hit monster drives and tried to force the pace. And there was, I think, young Shubham Jaglan also was the third in the playoff. And that playoff hole was, well, dare I say, very engaging.
That's right. A 3-way playoff there.
Yes, indeed. And it was remarkable that after clipping a tree on the tee shot on the 18th hole, which was a playoff hole, Shubham, after a great pitch to the green in 3 on a par 4, was still very much in the mix.
That's right. Very exciting playoff indeed. Now Yuvraj on the screen, 17 birdies this week, as the stat said, and he makes that one.
And that what you folks just saw on the screen is the mark of some seriously good golfing etiquette. We all know he's the last on the course, and you saw him tapping down some blades of grass or spike marks or whatever you may call it. There's no one literally behind him, but that's just showing respect to the game and the golf course that you are playing on.
That's right.
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है
मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद.
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for? अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस. जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास, जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन. इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं.
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस. थकान वाली प्यास के लिए.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
And we are on the 12th tee. The leader on your screen. Leader by a massive 6 shots, looking for his 6th title this season.
As things look right now, he's got 7 holes to go. He's 6 shots ahead, playing very solid, and definitely in the driver's seat. And this should, a good finish here and a win as the case may be, should actually and will actually allow him to extend his lead at the top of the order of merit, because right now he's sitting about 32 lakhs ahead of Shaurya Bhattacharya, who's in the 2nd place. But Shaurya not having a great outing today. He's even par for the day and 1 under for the tournament, and he's amongst the only 7 or is it 8 players who are under par for the entire week. And what's it about the pin positions? The players have been mentioning that we literally are using the same pin positions today as we did in the 4th round of the DP World Championship, India Championship here a couple of months ago.
That's right. That's what the players were mentioning early in the week. The pin positions are as tough as the DP World India Championship, so you didn't see too many low scores. 5 under led after 2 rounds.
And that's really Delhi Golf Club showing its teeth, right?
That's
The
right.
greens are quick.
Whoa.
They're firm, or rather firmer than they were at the DP World. Well, that is owing to the change in season, if I may say so.
Right.
So just so that our viewers are actually aware, this layout today or this week is probably the same as the DP World, but course conditions and also the cooler climbs makes the ball fly shorter. So the course is likely playing harder than it did at the DP World Invitational.
Very good analysis there by Shivas. Now Manu on the screen. The par 3 12th.
Today on the 12th, of course, we have the pin position on the left side. 18 yards on and 6 on the left. A much easier pin to get to than it was yesterday, where it was, I think, 27 on and about 4 from the right, which is what we refer to as a sucker pin position. Oh, this one's gotten away a bit, but not too far away.
Yes, just
not so
behind the
shabby.
green.
And there we have the visual of the Campacola board. I must say that the Victorious Choice Players Lounge, where we were gorging on some delicious food the last 3 or 4 days. The Visi coolers provided by Campacola with their lineup of different beverages from orange to lemon to the colas and the energy drink, they've been doing some rapid business out there.
Yes.
Certainly a very nice legacy nostalgic brand.
Campa rehydrating our players.
Yeah, well.
Oh, he's Rashid's got a tough shot from there.
So you're speaking, of course, of the Players Lounge, Victorious Choice, that came on board. It's been a year, right, as a tour partner. I mean, they've just been so generous and so gracious with their player lounges, providing excellent breakfast and beverages and lunch and even snacks through the day to the players. And that's a great addition, I must say, to the PGTI this year.
That's right. Along with Amul, the other big addition this
year. Oh yes, as all of us up here in the north, and we love our Amul butter on the toast and some excellent ice creams and chocolates as well.
That's
Recently
right.
read a post that the Amul chocolate, the 70% cocoa, is rated amongst one of the best cocoa dark chocolates globally. Joining them on the rooftop, on the prime seat, and we'd love to have all of you hear the wonderful things that are going to be discussed about the commitment of Vishwa Samudra to this beautiful game. Also the fact that it's the highest prize money event on the domestic circuit at 2 crores, and a little bit about the Vishwa Samudra business that allows our pros to have a great week here at the pristine Delhi Golf Club.
Yes, the Vishwa Samudra Group is a multilateral business conglomerate with over 15 companies headquartered in Hyderabad, India.
So here we are. This, of course, is an interesting hole. This looks very much like the 13th hole.
That's right.
It's a gorgeous par 4. It's actually got a stroke index for the handicap we can call for the stroke number 2. But that's something which is, of course, when you are playing your weekend games. That's said and done. It's a narrow par 4. And placement of the tee shot is actually where the magic is, because you don't want to hit too far up because the fairway gets narrower. That's said and done. Of course, it's only a 384-yard par 4, but the green has some serious contours, elevation changes, is guarded by a couple of fairly penal bunkers.
That's right. And Rashid has got his task cut out now.
This is, of course, he's on the 12th hole. In the background, the gentleman in the white vest and the blue turban is Yuvraj Sandhu's father. a thorough gentleman.
Oh, he wouldn't be happy with that chip.
That is not, not one of Rashid's best efforts. He's been struggling today. I certainly expected him to, and hoped, of course, to
Yes.
play a lot better and be in contention. It's been a while since we've seen Rashid lurking around on the leaderboard, and this is a golf course where he did spend a lot of his formative years learning the game. So one would have expected him to have a little bit of an advantage from that perspective.
And he's had a long title drought, 6-year long. He last won in 2019.
Now that's almost hard to believe, because he himself has been an Order of Merit champion on the
That's
PGTI,
right.
hasn't he?
Multiple
times,
order, multiple Order of Merit champion.
And he's still very young, so And of course now we have Manu Gandas on screen. This is again, he should have learned something from Rashid. Rashid somehow, I feel, just got it a little chunky, but yeah, no mistake there from Manu. Leaves himself a couple of feet to clean up for par.
And now it's time to go back to the golf course with Shaurya and Rahul.
So we are joined by Mr. Anil Yazuri, the Managing Director for Vishwa Samudra Group. And first of all, from all of the players, I really want to thank you for this stellar event in the second year running. We've seen how much your company does for the growth of sport and golf specifically. This week again has been brilliant. The golf course has been really nice. What are your thoughts and your association with the game and what it means for the growth of golf?
So, absolutely, Mr. Anil, thank you so much for that. And how do you see yourself and the association with professional golf and the PGTI here on and forward? And after that, let's get Mr. Dev to ask you a few questions that he has on his own mind. And let's get you to speak a little bit about what do you think about your association with Pro Golf and the PGTI of India.
My question is very simple. I mean, thank you very much once you come to PGTI and trying to sponsor the tournament, second years in a row in Delhi. But is that possible we can take this tournament around the country every year, new city, which give the flavor? Even you can take us to Dubai, the player will be very happy. That's what I want to know. What is your thought about that?
So we at Vishwa Samudra, we love this sport and we love this golf tournament. So we would love to take this to other cities, of course, with your guidance and support. Sir, we at Vishwa Samudra, we love this sport, sir. We would love to take this to other cities and of course with your support.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. I think, guys, we want to say thanks from the PGTI for the way you come forward. Good luck to your Golden Eagle approach. I mean, the tournament, what you do for the corporate world. I think we want to say thank you, and your participation will be always remembered in the golf history.
Thank you very much, sir. We are truly privileged and honored.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you.
Okay, we are back with the action here at the Delhi Golf Club. And putt rolled in there by Manu Gandas.
Yeah, no, he didn't make very much heavy weather out of that. And of course, while we had the big boys on the club terrace having a conversation, I'm not really sure whether Shubham was able, sorry, not Shubham, I beg your pardon, Rashid was able to save par on the 12th hole.
So now we see the leader group ready to tee off on the 13th. That's how it looks at the moment. Yuvraj Sandhu at a total of 12 under, and Akshay Sharma chasing him at 6 under.
And good to see Thangaraja put in a good round today to get back in the mix, because he was very disappointed after his performance yesterday. And again, a short miss putt on the 18th really didn't do his mood in the clubhouse any favors.
That's right.
Meantime, of course, from Italy, Michel Ortolani at 5 under for the day, par for the championship, and who's moved up 13 spots to be in the top 10. That's a pretty solid round that Michel has got going.
Michele making a move there.
It's going to be fun to see all of them find their way to Kharghar next week. A golf course that I can assure you none of them have played before. It's a new golf course. It's run and owned by the CIDCO. It's a government authority in Maharashtra. It's a lovely facility, great design, got a lot of movement. It's set in the hills, and once the wind gets up, we're going to see some really good, engaging shot making.
Oh yes, we are looking forward to that first look for all our players at Kharghar Valley, except for a few who are attached with the club there, like Manoj Kumar from Lucknow, who's moved to Kharghar.
And no wonder, I tell you, Nikhil, I head there twice a month, and I enjoy playing midweek or weekend rounds there. And it is one heck of a course. There's a lot of good young players at BPGC. We make a group of 4 or a group of 8 and head out. And of course, I don't quite match up in terms of skill, but there's always got to be an uncle around to take care of the F&B, right? The bills have to be paid.
That's right. Giving the golf lovers of Mumbai another great venue to go and play golf. And we have Rashid on the screen now, and I will hand over to my fellow commentator Rahul Bajaj from here on.
Thank you, Nikhil. It was lovely having a bit of a chit chat, as we always do. Long time since you and I have been in the commentary box together. And yeah, Rahul finds his way back here, and welcome back, a warm welcome back to Rahul. So yes, things are happening out there. 13th hole, as I mentioned, one of my favorites. It's a solid driving iron or a hybrid of the tee for these boys, and it's very important to position themselves, because from the right side of the fairway, if you hit it too far, there's an overhanging tree that is truly an absolute menace, because they're shaping it around with a wedge or similar is always a huge challenge. It's a massive challenge. So that's, of course, a visual on the 14th hole, a par 5. Again, one of the most beautiful tees, I would say, globally. It's set just below the tomb, and you see that now on the screen. It's right there on the center right of the screen. It's a beautiful, recently restored tomb, and the flat area, and the elevation is from where you tee off. It's 507 yards, and definitely a gettable green in two blows. Very important, of course, keep the tee shot in play.
Shivas, I don't want to, but does it look like we are only fighting for the second spot now? Because the runners-up position, because Yuvraj Sandhu with that 5 under par today is already at 13 under. He's got an 8-shot lead. An 8-shot lead at the Delhi Golf Club with only 6 holes to play, in fact.
And, I think you and I were speaking earlier, Rahul, I mean, how good is this young man? And as you see from the leaderboard, it's just 8 players in the entire field that are still under par for the tournament. And he is at 13 under and single-handedly 7 shots ahead of his nearest pursuers, Akshay Sharma and Thangaraja. And mind you, we are talking of similar course conditions and course setup as we had at the DP World Invitational 2 months ago. And if I may add, the course of the greens have only firmed up a bit since then, and also with the weather being a little cooler, balls not flying as far. So these conditions are literally as difficult or on the same level as we had at the DP World event.
Absolutely. The greens, in fact, are playing to a very similar speed to what they did for the DP World event. You are seeing a similar kind of a course, although the rough is a little down. But the thing with Delhi Golf Club is most courses would become easier if the rough was down. At Delhi Golf Club, it becomes more difficult because now the ball can run into the rough, which it does not when the rough is up. So, contrary to popular belief, that's what would happen. And we are here now with the second position being played for, another plumb bob technique being employed here on the 15th. And having said that about the DP World event that happened over here, Shiva, so one thing that I think is way more this week and a big challenge on this course is the wind. There is plenty of wind over there just above the tree cover that we have on the course, and that's where the ball really flies. And it's so difficult to judge the wind on this course at the bottom that these players are hawks to be able to judge it correctly.
No, you're absolutely correct. And as the legendary Kevin Kisner said on the PGA Tour, this ain't no hobby, my friend. And that absolutely sums it up in 4 or 5 beautiful words. What this is all about. It's a job, and they're very good at it.
Mohammad Sanju looking for his first top 5 in a very long time. He's a veteran on tour, has been a good player and has had good finishes in the past, but really is coming back and showing a little more form this year. Om Prakash Chauhan now rolls that one in beautifully on the 15th.
Om Prakash himself, a former winner of the Order of Merit. I believe that was a couple of seasons ago. Then he went off to Europe to ply his trade on the DP World Tour.
There's so much to learn from a player like Om Prakash. He's practiced in a field for all of his childhood, and here he is. He's been the number 1 on the PGT of India. He's actually played a little bit on the DP World Tour, and what a journey it's been coming in from Mau and having access to just one golf course over there. That too, in the later stages of his life, which he did not have in the early stages.
And dare I add, Rahul, you're a golf instructor. His OP is largely self-taught. It's his very own swing.
Absolutely, and mind you, the viewers, if you look at Om Prakash Chauhan hitting a golf ball, you will be shocked at how good he compresses it. Mind you, it's not something which is homemade, but not really good. It's really, really good. How good he strikes the ball is absolutely phenomenal. He can attack any flag location, just like our friend here on the 13th hole. Unfortunately, that one's gone past. That's a really tough flag over here because there is that little swale that comes behind it. So if you don't have the brakes on, it becomes quite hard.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's it's not a very long hole. I think it's about 384 yards, which is really not long by any standards. But as you saw on the screen, the placement of the tee shot is paramount. And one of the biggest defenses on this green are the contours. Very significant contours, if I might add.
I mean, that's the difference, right? Like if the viewers would appreciate this right now, you saw a golf ball that dropped right next to the flag and actually rolled past because the swale is right there. And then there's Rashid, who just played it from the right side and actually got the brakes jammed onto it because there was a little bit of an upslope over there. So it's so important for the player to judge very well as to the yardage they want to drop at and the area that they want to hit at. Because if you miss greens over here at the Delhi Golf Club, you're going to have a tough challenge to make up and downs.
And dare I say, the bigger challenge is if you miss fairways, then you might literally have to go and buy yourself a new wardrobe.
It's funny how Shivas actually, because we've known the Delhi Golf Club for so many years, it's become very famous for the jungle cover. It's become very famous for hitting it straight.
Right.
So everybody sort of comes in here with this expectation that all they have to do is hit it straight, and then they practice that week in and week out, and then the Delhi Golf Club surprises you with the new greens, with all the.
You are so right, Rahul. You are absolutely so right.
You didn't think that this is what you would require, and suddenly you will find players in the chipping area and the pitching area opening up their wedges and trying to find a bunch of spin under the ball. So that's the one that actually catches them by surprise.
Yes, you're right. It's just the fear of the undergrowth, what we of course have grown up calling the jharis, and dare I say, some of the players on the European tour a couple of months ago also familiarized themselves with the same jharis.
Absolutely, and I remember. So immediately after the first practice round, you saw the top players removing the drivers from their bags.
Yes, and as Rory famously said, the big dog is sleeping this week.
So that was something that we did not really. We don't see over here. You see a lot of guys taking out their drivers, but as soon as you saw that tournament come in, all these players came and they all removed their driver. No one had it. And a couple of them did have the mini drivers though. A 14
Tommy
degree.
Fleetwood, our winner,
yes,
had the mini driver in play. But I get that, I must say I have one of those in my bag as well, and you don't lose a lot of yards. The head is a little bit smaller, easier to control because you're teeing up the ball a little lower as well. And then the length on the shaft is about 2.5 inches shorter as well, which again lends itself very well to having a little more accuracy.
If I'm not wrong, it's about 44 inches in length. The good old drivers used to be only 44.5 or 45 inches. And then the smaller head with the 13.5 degree or the 14 degree loft actually helps to hit it kind of off the deck as well. So you can really hit that at a low ball flight and hit it pretty far, which, really complements the Delhi Golf Club. And it'll also complement a links kind of setting. Although DGC not a very links kind of setting.
Right.
But very similar kind of ball flights required off the tee.
No, absolutely, and you're right. It's a very handy club, and I mean, I just would love to stop calling it a mini driver, which is really a new age parlance. It's just an old two-wood because it sits right between the 1 and the 3.
Manu Gandas now coming up from the back of the green. One of the things that strikes out about Manu to me is where he keeps his ball position in putting, and he's of course showcased his prowess with the putter time in and time out, and we've seen that over time. But it's surprising that the ball position he keeps is slightly behind the center, while most of the players you would see and most of the coaching that you would see would be more towards the left of center, which is under the left eye. So horses for courses.
And putting is just such a personal thing, right? The kind of grips people use, even the putter technology. Back in the day, of course, they had the broomstick, which was then subsequently banned, I believe. What is it, about 10 odd years ago? Then, of course, you have now the arm lock, and we were speaking about that as well yesterday. The counterbalance, the face balance, the zero torque, and then, of course, the way you grip it, right? I mean, multiple reverse grip, standard 10-finger grip, claw grip. And a lot of these guys put in a lot of work to just figure out what works best for them.
Everybody wants to use the claw grip these days because Tommy uses it and Scotty uses it, so everybody else wants to use it. And it's, if you ask me, well, Rashid Khan coming up just shy on that birdie attempt over here on the 13th. If you ask me as a coach, it's quite the menace for a guy like me. I've got like these 9-year-old and 8-year-old kids who want to use a claw grip, and I'm wondering where are they picking up. They say, Rory,
it's YouTube, it's TV.
If Tommy does it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. No, I can absolutely. I get that. I kind of moved to the reverse left hand below right grip maybe about 25 years ago, but there was a very good reason. I was just struggling with my putting, and back in the day there was an Englishman who was plying his trade on what was then the PGA of India tour, Phil Pilling, the legendary Phil Pilling, and he was based in Mumbai, and he used to call me Baba. He called basically everyone. He was very fond of Baba, and he gave me a little bit of a lesson on the first, the practice putting green at US Club on the first, next to the first, which doesn't exist anymore. And it helped me, and I just stuck with that, and I haven't really ever changed that. So it is whatever works for you, I guess works for you. But I remember Bernard Langer as well, back in the day, was struggling with his putting, and he had some sort of a wrist lock thing, and me and my younger brother were on the green doing the same thing as 10-year-olds. This is around the time that, well, we were a little older. This is around the time Langer won the I think it was the 85 Masters, just the one before Jack Nicklaus changed history with the 86 Masters win.
Well, our leader here, Yuvraj Sandhu, has set himself up for yet another birdie opportunity here on the 13th hole. What a scintillating approach shot this is. He's left himself just about under 15 feet. This is an interesting putt, and this putt to move him to 14 under par, further ahead of the field. What a lovely attempt that was, unfortunately, and you can see the pain there of missing that one. He thought he had it. Yuvraj Sandhu to stay at 13 under, still way ahead, 7 shots ahead of Sri Lanka's N. Thangaraja, who's trying to pull one together. There we have a little replay of Sandhu's putt tracking the hole all throughout, and then just veers off a bit to the right.
Yeah, that just seemed to go in a direction he wasn't expecting, and neither was I. And with that, Rahul, I'm going to leave you in the good company of Shaurya. Shaurya is here in the commentary box to take you down with Rahul Bajaj.
I'm glad to see he's on time this time. Manu Gandas for a par here. He's left himself quite a knee knocker. He's about 10 feet away now. But he's got all the way uphill, so that might help to give that one a little firm tap.
Thank you for that, Shivas and Rahul. I'm learning the Japanese philosophy of just in time. I wonder how that missed the cup. Looked good for the entire duration, just about veering to the left-hand side.
An unfortunate miss for Manu over here. He's not having quite the day that he would have liked from over the green. He hit a pretty good second shot, but landed himself up in a tough spot over the green there. There we have N. Thangaraja from Sri Lanka, currently 4 under par for the day. Bogey-free round so far up till the 14 holes. He's made birdies on hole number 3, as well as 8th, the 12th and 14th.
Yeah, Thangaraja had a breakout here this year, and very resilient, as you just pointed out. 4 under par. Of course, the chasm seems like it's too wide at this point in time.
Absolutely. He didn't quite have the round yesterday that he would have liked, and unfortunate miss there again for Thangaraja. And, so yes, he was leading the tournament right up there in contention after the first 2 days. Didn't quite have the day that he would have liked yesterday, and he's trying to make as much amend as he possibly can. And at this moment, I think the second position seems like the second victory of this week.
Yeah, definitely. That seems, of course, you can never quite rule it out, but seems like the field is now playing for second position. Yuvraj is clearly so far ahead, and I'd say that's a nifty second position as well in terms of prize money. This is a big tournament as you have a look at Shaurya with that right-left breaking putt. Right in the heart of the putt in the cup. My apologies.
Bhattacharya not quite being able to gather himself. He's had a double bogey on hole number 14, so not quite the day that he would have liked. Currently 2 over par for the day, leaving himself with a total of 1 over par for the tournament, just outside the top 10.
Now to the southpaw. Gerard Sandhu cleaning up.
Sandhu currently at 2 over par for the tournament.
As we head into a short commercial break.
That is restrained yet ready. As we make our strides into the world, we carry the spirit of the ocean everywhere we go. And it has been our guiding force to challenge, to champion, and to change things. We challenged how roads are built and now build them using 80% lesser soil and aggregates, making roads and runways significantly more environmentally sustainable. We set benchmarks for building infrastructure in world record time. We are creating India's first urban ropeway transportation installation in Varanasi. The ocean tells us that we can be limitless in our capacity for good. That's why we carry it in our name. Samudra is the ocean. It reminds us that we carry the power of silent strength. We are Vishwa Samudra, silent strength.
There we are, back with the live action over here, and Om Prakash Chauhan already giving us a great look on this 16th hole. What a beautiful shot it is. 16th hole is a tough par 4 here at the Delhi Golf Club, one of the closing holes. 412 yards off that tee box, and certainly needs one of the best tee shots. You have to place it in a little 20-yard area on the left of the center tree that is there. Shaurya, have you ever been on the right side of it?
Well, I've rarely been on the right side of things when it comes to golf, Rahul, so that I think it's a little bit of an oxymoron, but yes, this hole has become a lot more difficult. 412 doesn't quite do justice to the degree of difficulty that the players face on this hole. As you can see, it's a dog leg, and you have to lay up with a long iron, or for the longer hitters, maybe a 3-wood for the medium hitters. You have about a 30-yard window where you need to put that ball in, and after that, this new green is difficult is an understatement, believe you me.
Absolutely. The meaning of being on the right side of the hole over here at the Delhi Golf Club has completely changed things. You have to hit those shots well. You have to put yourself on the putting green, not only on the green, but also at the right place. Let's see what Jamal Hussain does. This ball will break a lot from the left to the right.
Yeah, difficult putt to gauge the speed and the line. Something that Jamal is really adept at. He's very good at getting the correct line and speed, and does so in this instance as well. One thing you'll notice is that Jamal, probably, if there are any statistics, I mean, I'm just going by gut feeling, that he'd be one of the best putters on tour in terms of avoidance of three putt. He's really good with his speed control, and often you'll see from like 35, 40, 50 feet, he gets it really snug in there.
Very consistent player is Jamal, coming in from all the way from Bangladesh. He is very much the pride of golf in Bangladesh. Currently at 1 under par for the tournament, and why don't you all try out his little follow through that you saw there on one of your longer putts and tell us how it went.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be so easy to replicate, but of course, if it works, then do let us know. Just thinking about the course record here, 14 under par, and Yuvraj Sandhu is within striking distance in probably the most difficult conditions that we've seen this golf course. It's slick, it's really fast, and he has his work cut out.
Mohammad Sanju seems to be past the hole over here on the 16th. He's got a long putt here for a birdie.
The record on the relayed Delhi Golf Club that we're talking about. So let's see if indeed that's another feather that Yuvraj will be able to add to his cap. As you have a look at MD Sanju, brilliant iron striker and a really good putter as well. They've been able to get that to about a foot of the hole.
A pin today on the 16th is 23 in and 9 from the right. So players have a bit of room over here, but certainly the first challenge of this hole is definitely going to be the tee shot. As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, there's a dog leg to the right. It turns nearly about 90 degrees towards the right side, and then the players must hit it in that fine spot. As you can see, that tree shadow in that background of the players. Otherwise, it's really you're looking at a chip out, even if you're in the fairway just right of the hole.
Now this is the range that Om Prakash is really proficient from. That's 5 feet in it. Has that little bit of a forward press, as you'll see. He'll put that left wrist a little ahead, and then that wristy putting stroke that works so well.
Defying all of those sciences of club fitting and so on and so forth. As we see, Om Prakash Chauhan keeps the toe up of the putter. We've also seen on the PGA Tour, we've seen players like Steve Stricker who've actually kept the heel of the putter up. So really it is what works for which player is what really counts, right? It's not one shape doesn't fit everyone.
With this putt, which appears to be a mere formality, Jamal Hussain currently sitting at 1 under, and we'd like to thank our lovely viewers who've been with us since the morning, and I'm certain that you would have enjoyed the high quality golf. The round of the day goes to the Italian stallion Michele Ortolani at 6 under par. What a player. He's made 7 birdies today and has really come up roaring up the leaderboard to a tie for 5th. So I'm pretty certain that his countrymates would be proud of him.
What a brilliant round here by Ortolani to crawl into the top 5 as we speak right now.
Yes, and get into those much wanted world ranking points. As you have a look at Jamal here. They say that the commentators curse is a thing, but I never quite believed it up until now. I just waxed eloquent about his proficiency, and that might be his first 3 putt that I've seen. So Jamal, commiserations, my friend, and you can put it down to the commentators.
Well, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't like to put it on the commentators, but he would certainly listen to this and he'd probably be giving us a call.
Well, all good things do come to an end, so he'll start another streak, I'm certain. Somebody who's on a hot streak is Yuvraj Sandhu, ladies and gentlemen. He's at 5 under for the day and 7 ahead. driver at Delhi Golf Course. That tells you that you have your game under control. You know, if you can do that, that means you're on song, my friend.
Out here now on the 14th hole, the par 5, Yuvraj Sandhu on the front of the green. What seems like he's here in 2, but allow me to confirm that shortly.
Yeah, this relayed green. The changes are subtle, but I think they've added this sort of feature to each green where the ball sort of rolls off. There's a swale. It's a little bit of a turtle back, and that's really made the golf course a lot more difficult. The greens, the erstwhile greens were inviting, and these ones are repelling, if I may say. If you hit it in the wrong quadrant, the ball rolls off, and then you're faced with an up and down. So it puts a premium on quality ball striking. And of course, Yuvraj is no stranger to quality ball striking.
Playing alongside Manu and Rashid, I'm not quite sure, but one of the players seems to be in the left rough, awaiting the referee's decision on something.
Yes, while we wait there, let's also have a look at how the day has panned out for the rest of the field. You had Veer Alawat, last year's #1 player, 1 under par through 15, so pretty solid at even par. Then you have Shubham Jaglan, a product of the Delhi Golf Club. He's turning out into a fantastic player. 2 under for the day.
And what a statistic that is of Yuvraj's. 32 consecutive bogey-free holes by him.
Rahul, you ever recollect having 32 bogey-free holes? I'm pretty certain that you would have, but at the top of your head, please do tell us. Do enlighten us.
I can tell you from the top of my head, never.
Never, and especially on a golf course like Delhi Golf Course.
And Delhi Golf Club is something that wasn't really a great friend to me. I had to really adapt my game to be able to score decently over here. But 32 bogey-free holes, that's quite something, Shaurya. And let's see if he can make this 36 as he gets through today.
Yeah, it's worth noting that not many would have ever had 32 bogey-free holes, especially on a golf course like Delhi Golf Course with the wind up this week. There's a ball that is probably Manu's, but brilliant golf nevertheless by Yuvraj, and he deserves all the accolades that he'll get now. I think that lead, that #1 spot lead, would indeed become unassailable. You're looking at Yuvraj moving to almost 1.6 CR and then some. Rarefied air, if I may say so. Will have quite the gap. And for anyone who's looking to unseat the champion, I think they've got their work cut out. Even I think it might not be mathematically possible after this week, also. Might be done and dusted, even if the Perseo were to win the last 2 tournaments. I think it's a ship that has sailed.
Well, there we go. He's putting now for eagle from just off the green over here. Can he make this? Well, that certainly is yet another birdie for Yuvraj. He's primed up there to move to 14 under. And as you were speaking about bogey-free streaks, Jin Young Ko from the LPGA Tour in 2019 played 114 consecutive holes bogey-free. Tiger Woods in 2000 played 110 holes consecutively bogey-free. So there we go, Shaurya. That's quite something.
110, so only 78 more to go for our friend here, 77. But of course, the venue matters as well. Delhi Golf Course, with all due respect to all the title holders, Delhi Golf Course is not a simple kettle of fish. It's very different. You can drop a shot here in the blink of an eye, as we see Rashid extricating himself from the rough and the trees, and of course trouble lurks here in each corner. He's really put up a valiant effort in order to try and get that much awaited victory, but unfortunately it's looks like it's not going to be this week. Not the final round that we would have expected from Rashid, seeing how resurgent that he was, especially on day 2 and day 3. So an underwhelming day for the champion.
That putt that we saw of Thangaraja's just a few moments ago was actually for a par. So he's actually dropped off 1 shot on the day, and but still at 5 under par. Akshay Sharma currently alone at 2nd spot after 14 holes.
Akshay also a brilliant week. Mind you, of course, we talk about only the victor, but the rest of the players have a lot of skin in the game as well. They're looking at their ranking points. They're looking at improving their ranking for next year so that they can play the event like DP World India Open that we had this year at this very same golf course, Delhi Golf Club. So it really does matter what you do here. It's not just about the winner. You're looking at about the rest of the field, the top 20, top 30 positions. Really, those are gilt-edged. You get a lot of entries. As we have a look at Rashid Khan with that Texas wedge. Surprising choice, and what a beautiful execution as well. It shows you that he's got a wide array of shots in his arsenal. There's not just one bow in that quiver. There's an entire suite. What a shot that was. If we can have a look at that again. He just used that club to hit the equator of the ball, and that forced the ball to have that top spin on it. Normally that's done if you have a lie that is not too amiable around the greens. Difficult lie that you've gotten for yourself, and then just put that top spin on the ball. He's done that really well. So all our weekend warriors can try that at home.
So as I just check on the order of merit, Michel Ortolani was 50th on the order of merit just before this week, and this top 5 certainly will catapult him inside of the top 40 on the order of merit, which is certainly very important, as players only have 2 weeks left from here on to be able to save their cards. So this tournament is important. This top 5 will be very important for him to actually secure that card, Shaurya.
Yeah, no doubt. And just even get entries into the bigger tournaments, the challenge tour events that we also have. So it's a lot of the hotel planner. My apologies. I think if that's the correct terminology. And that's a birdie right there. That's the first time that we've seen that welcome sight, that blue birdie.
There was Manu Gandas to move back to red figures for an overall total of 1 under par for the tournament.
You know what I find is most inspirational about Yuvraj is that he wants to go deeper. He's not just content with winning, and we've seen this, and that's why he doesn't heartbreak doesn't affect him. He's 2 tournaments have gone right from his grasp, but he bounces back, and in what fashion.
This is absolutely fantastic, Shaurya, the kind of golf that we are being able to witness over here. Yuvraj Sandhu now moving to 14 under par, an 8-shot lead over the next contender, who is Akshay Sharma.
If he were to win this week, which it looks like in all eventuality that's what's going to happen, it would be win, runner-up, and then a win. So just 2 victories and 2 runner-ups in the last 4 tournaments. Not quite, I can't recall where I've seen such dominant performance, especially on the professional golf tour of India. Your memory would definitely fail you, because there won't be any other parallel that you can draw to this sublime golf that he's displayed. And time after time, different golf courses from the north, south of the country. And I'm just excited that the next year he's an ideal candidate to fly our national flag and do brilliant things on different continents.
Absolutely. I think the way that Yuvraj is playing, his dominance just speaks volumes about the quality of golf he has. And like you said, throughout the country he's been contending, which really means that you have a game which can suit various conditions, be it golf courses or be it weather-wise. And that goes to show that he truly is going to be a superb international player.
Yes, it's the germination of the seeds of excellence that were planted almost 5 or 6 years ago, I think, when he turned professional. And it's been such a joy to watch him. As we have a look at the Southpaw, Jairaj Singh Sandhu, who was our leader after day 2. Currently, the 3 over for the day. The weekend is not quite progressed according to plan, but let's see if the last 2 holes can be kind to him. A birdie here would feel really nice. Oh, what a beautiful shot by Jairaj. A fantastic shot right there by Jairaj. You think the hole changes somewhat for the left-handed player, and that's a hello from the both of us, from the commentary booth.
Well, absolutely does, especially where the pin location is today. For Jairaj, this is a fade shot, while for the other player, this is a draw shot. And of course, to employ more spin is easily possible more onto a fade shot. Let's see what Thangaraja does over here. Thangaraja is a draw player and does so beautifully. Currently at 4 under par for the day and second position.
This would really suit Thanga's eye. Yes, right over the top of the flag stick. Probably a 9-iron for the players here, front flag.
Yes, it should be a 9-iron or even a pitching wedge for a lot of the players. Players hit it a long way these days, Shaurya. I was mentioning to you yesterday about Dhruv Shoran, who actually hits his 7-iron 290 to 200 yards. So, players are hitting pitching wedges these days from 150 to 155 yards.
Yeah, so this flag would be about 155 yards. So, of course, players can bludgeon it. Shaurya Bhattacharya now. Also a breakout player this year. 2 over for the day. I must tell you, it wears you down playing at the Delhi Golf Course. A tournament, you really have to focus. So that makes the achievement of Yuvraj all the more praiseworthy. What a shot! Look at that. That's 2.5 feet. What a brilliant shot.
Absolutely. And
really on song is young Shaurya. His swing and his experience and demeanor belies his age.
If I may, he's actually needs to make this birdie over here to crawl back into the top 10. Currently at 1 over par for the tournament, and a birdie here would get him to just the 10th position.
But for the players, it's been a different sort of week as we have a look at that wonderful vista. That's the beautiful 18th. Looks pretty narrow now from this angle, but as we have a look at the leaderboard, look at the difference. You got the leader at 13 under par and the 9th player at par. Normally you never see that. You see a lot closer bunched up scores, but it's due to the quality of golf that Yuvraj is just, I must say, he's left everybody in his lurch. He's just blown them away.
Well, Thangaraja back with another birdie on hole number 16. Is now back up to 6 under par alongside Akshay Sharma, and now has set himself yet another birdie opportunity here on the 17th. Can he separate himself and move to a solo second position? We wait to see.
He also had Mohammad Azhar and Tapendra Ghai at 1 under today. It's actually nice to see a very challenging golf course for a change. The golf course is really biting back. Each birdie has to be hard fought. Nothing comes easy here at the Delhi Golf Course.
Absolutely, Shaurya. I mean, one thing is, we were speaking a little while earlier, me and Shivas, and one thing is to hit tee shots over here. And now with the new greens and the speed of the greens, the firmness of the greens, it's extremely important to hit those second shots well. The approach game isn't good. You're going to struggle to make up and downs over here.
You're looking at greens officially at 10.6, but if you talk about the wind and the afternoon sun baking the greens, they could be playing upwards of 11 at this point in time, and that's not easy either.
Absolutely, and the wind picks up through at this time of the day, and that makes it another tough battle to be judged. Firstly, to judge the crosswinds over here, and then to be able to sort of back it up.
Yeah, no doubt, but I think all these things apply to lesser mortals, not to Yuvraj Sandhu. He's singing to his own tune, so as to speak.
This putt for Thangaraja to move to a solo runner-up position with 1 hole to go.
And Thangaraja, if you look at him, you'll be hard-pressed to know that he's over 40. He doesn't look a day over 30. He's in fine fettle, really fit and strong, mind you.
One of the top golfers from Sri Lanka. He's a very, very consistent player and an affable gentleman, ever smiling. In fact, I met him yesterday when he didn't have quite the best round. He made, shot a 3 over yesterday. He was still happy. And I met him this morning, through the first 5 holes, and he was still happy. And he's always like that. Let's see if he gets it down.
There's a little bit of a grimace there. Of course, we have the even-keeled Thanga, but the heart will pine for a birdie there. That was a brilliant shot, but the ball, of course, didn't quite acquiesce and fall into the hole, which often happens in the game of golf. Jairaj now after that very good shot.
All 3 players in this group have hit terrific shots here onto the 17th. Tough pin position, but all of them have managed to get it up close and personal with it.
I think if I look at the top 20 scores, there's another theme that they've been able to avoid the large numbers, the doubles and the triples and so on and so forth. They've only dropped bogeys, and I think that's another key. You don't want to be hitting the bush, because more often than not, that's a double bogey. As we have a look at Jairaj's putt, I think should be breaking a little to his right from the looks of it.
I think let's see what Jairaj does from here.
It's going to be really slick coming down, and it should break. Oh, it had him as well, so a little bit confusing for the player, and the commentator actually broke the other way in the end. So Jairaj, it had us both, but a good putt nevertheless. Now I'd say that Shaurya should be able to hold this, a mere formality, if there was ever one in golf.
Like they say, that 3-footer has its own way of feeling like a 30-footer here in the sport, although this is about 6 feet away. Let's see if Bhattacharya can find the bottom of the cup and get some respite from that double bogey on the par 5 14th.
Yeah, and currently he sits in a quartet at 1 over par, so he wants to unshackle that and move into 10th position. He in his mind still wants to finish number 1, so he needs to hold this. Really well done by Shaurya, right in the heart of the hole. And there we see that birdie. A great birdie there indeed. Manu now zen-like always. And I've seen him playing over the years, and it's pretty interesting to see how he's grown. Of course, he's also spent a year on the DP World Tour. What does that do for you, as a player, spending a year on one of probably the biggest tour in the world, and playing with the best? How does that change you as a player, Rahul?
In my little experience that I've had, Shaurya, I think any time that you sort of try to ply your trade and try to compete at a level higher, or a little further up than where you were, you get to learn a lot. You're playing with better players. You're playing in much tougher conditions in Europe. You're traveling a lot more, so you're learning a lot more, and so you start managing between Europe and here. So your adaptability will go up. It'll get better. You will learn a lot about the kind of shots you need or you might need, the kind of competition that you're going to face in X, Y, or Z places. And so it's not only is it great for the game that you will develop after that, it's also great for the kind of demeanor that you will develop after that, and also it sort of puts you in the right frame of mind to be able to improve your game further on.
Yes, so there you go. So if you level up, so as to speak, you gain a lot. You learn about the way that it's done and how the best do it. That's golf improvement is not always linear. You often have plateaus, peaks and troughs, and I look for great things for Manu as well. He seems to have a very steady head on his shoulders, and that is going to pay dividends over the long term. That is for certain. As we have a look at Manu here, probably a 20-footer, should break from his right. Difficult putt to hold, having to putt about with an elevation of about 2.5-3 feet above where his feet are. Oh, the flora, fauna, and the wildlife here. We have another visitor and a viewer, probably startled by the bogey-free golf and enjoying the sights and sounds as that putt goes underway. Looks good.
Manu Gandas will have about 3 feet remaining for his par over here on the 15th, as we now have Shivasnath joining us here in the commentary box.
Yuvraj at this point would only be thinking about shot by shot. He's obviously built what appears to be an unassailable lead. So the only thought on his mind would be to make more birdies. Yuvraj now surveying that putt. You can see that a lot of effort goes into reading the green and getting the correct line. It's essential to get the read right. I would say that's 60% of the work, as I am joined by my co-commentator Mr. Shivasnath, who of course plays a lot of his golf here and is based in Mumbai now. A very good amateur golfer.
And dare I say, the new next venue, the new layout at Kargar Valley. I love that course, and I'm beginning to play a lot of golf there as well. So I wonder when I work at all. Just need to be golfing everywhere.
Well, you're the lucky few where work becomes play. As we have a look at Yuvraj.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. A bunch of us, I think, are very fortunate to just have professions that we absolutely enjoy, and when that happens, I generally believe it's a bit of a blessing, and it doesn't even feel like we're at work.
Another birdie putt, and that could be 15 under par, so he's already tied for the lowest 4-day total on the new course.
It's the other way. Just by a whisker, but Yuvraj has put on quite a show, Shaurya. Yesterday, I think it was myself and Rahul, and we were at it talking about 10 or 11 being the winning number. And I mean, this is just ridiculously good with what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, so when we talk about the record, of course, it is the record for the Professional Golf Tour of India. We did see the DP World Championship being won at 22 under par, but as far as the PGTI goes, the previous low number was 14 under par. So let's see if he can break that. But in all fairness, it's been one of the most difficult weeks as we have a look at Rashid. One of the best putters to emerge out of India.
Oh my God, a horseshoe.
Not to be. It's been that sort of day for Rashid Khan. He's come close many a times over the last few years, but hasn't quite worked out for him. But it's good to be in the mix of things once again.
Oh, these horseshoe putts that lip out are they're really, really sadly very cruel. It's very unfortunate that we have to see this young man having a rough day around the course today. He's 4 over par, and for the day, of course, and 3 under for the tournament. And from being an absolute front runner who we were expecting to be challenging Yuvraj, both have gone in opposite directions. One is 6 under for the day, and the other is 4 over for the day.
Yeah, I think Yuvraj set the tone with the first 2 holes itself. There's not, if any challenge was to be mounted, Yuvraj was able to quell that early on with his play. 2 under for the first 2 holes. As we have a look.
Let's look at the clubhouse annex. The lower level, which is ground level, that's where all the golfers sit for their pre or post game refreshments or something quick to grab and take off after 9. And of course on the top is one of my favorite places in the world, the beautiful pub at the Delhi Golf Club.
Yes, a venerable institution that stood the test of time, produced some of the best golfers, Arjuna awardees and Asian Tour champions.
Oh yes, walking down Delhi Golf Club, the passages is literally walking down a wall of fame.
Yeah,
of Indian golf.
You see the best of the best, the amateurs and so on and so forth. I'd be hard pressed to try and find the names and to do justice to all of them as I look at hole number 18.
But as you mentioned, Shaurya, what is very heartening is that Delhi Golf Club celebrates its past champions, recognize them with boards of the amateur championships, men, women, Arjuna awardees and whatnot.
Hole number 18, the par 5. That's a really good shot right down the tube, as they like to say.
And across one of our cables that's giving us this beautiful telecast. You saw that running across the 18th fairway.
Good thing we didn't impede on it. He bounced over it. Otherwise, we would have caught a couple of yards off. But
and may have cut us off the line.
Such is the game. Now, Jairaj,
this young man's had a tough day today, Shaurya.
Going with the driver. That is a valiant play towards the end.
But being a left-hander, he's actually fading it, because we know the left side of the fairway from the tee is blocked with the trees overhanging.
I would say this is a slightly easier drive for the lefty. The righty has to hit a draw, but the lefty can work a nice fade in there. Let's see if he's able to do it. Yeah, what an absolute
and that's our wire.
cracking golf shot by him.
Absolutely split the fairway, Shaurya. That is actually a terrific drive.
Beautiful drive right there by Jairaj, and for all the players who've played here, especially the members, they know that this looks fairly magnanimous, but is a difficult tee shot nevertheless. I think now we have that third shot also underway. Not quite certain which way the cookie has crumbled, unless that's a ball right there.
Yeah.
So
Opi
the tour-
Chauhan in the middle of the fairway, likely waiting for the green ahead to clear.
And we just get into a short little commercial. And
The ocean has inspired us with its great strength, a strength that is restrained yet ready. As we make our strides into the world, we carry the spirit of the ocean everywhere we go. And it has been our guiding force to challenge, to champion, and to change things. We challenged how roads are built and now build them using 80% lesser soil and aggregates, making roads and runways significantly more environmentally sustainable. We set benchmarks for building infrastructure in world record time. We are creating India's first urban ropeway transportation installation in Varanasi. The ocean tells us that we can be limitless in our capacity for good. That's why we carry it in our name. Samudra is the ocean. It reminds us that we carry the power of silent strength. We are Vishwa Samudra, silent strength.
And that, of course, was our title sponsor, Vishwa Samudra. Challenge it, change it, and a big thank you from the PGTI to our title sponsor, Vishwa Samudra. Thank you for patronizing the game and elevating the status of this game in India.
hole number 17, this is where the players have gone flag hunting.
And this again, you know, the tomb on the right of the 17th tee, I'm sure Shaurya, you and I'll agree on this. Number of peacocks, particularly in the summer, take shelter out there, and it's a glorious sight to see them prancing around under that tomb.
And that's not a bad shot itself. Almost glorious, about 20 feet. Right to left. This is
the front pin position on the left side. 5 feet on, 5 yards on, and what's that? 6 on the left.
Now we have a look at Dhruv Sharon. This would really suit his eye. He hits those penetrating draws. Really good with those mid irons. Keeps the ball flighted low. That's why he plays really well at DGC.
Yeah, he did very well at the DP World event here as well a couple of months ago. And where has he hit? Oh, that's left.
And
My
that
God,
seems
he's
like the squirrel is a little interested in the ball. And
you
for all that's a mongoose.
It's a commentator's curse. You spoke about this.
Yeah, I've done it previously as well. I think I have that penchant. Everything I touch turns to dust. So
well, I think at least you're very consistent, Shaurya.
Yeah, so that's a mongoose right there.
Oh my
and
God.
if the mongoose takes the player's ball away, he can actually replace it. You don't have to. So yes, we got a feedback from our comms director that there's cricket is known for the mongoose bat, and this could indeed be the mongoose ball. So from one sport to another. Well, I must say that
as you were mentioning, earlier, Shaurya, it's just amazing, the flora, the fauna, the wildlife. And Delhi Golf Club has it all, really, and the history, of course.
And Thangaraja laying up on 18. So I must say that our concept, Mr. Vivek, is a proficient cricketer. So of course, a lot of cricketing terminology that we have been accustomed to, and also it takes a village to get this production together. A lot of work, and it's wide and expansive. So
and he's awesome and very thorough at what he does, right? So Vivek, we expect a special mention for your commentary team the next time we're in the box together.
Or brickbats. Or bouquets, we accept them with grace as we are on hole number 18. This golf course, of course, is expansive and a lot of
it's lovely. It's
trees and shrubbery and so on and so forth. So,
using a new age terminology called aura, this golf course has its own aura. It's just terrific. So back to the Thangaraja moment, him and his caddy were scratching their heads with what exactly happened there, because he did seem to tug his layup a little bit to the left, which ended up, I believe, in the
rough on the left side. Of course, that notwithstanding that, he'll still have probably 100, 120 yards to the green, and something that he can still make up and down with, but he was perplexed with the outcome.
Yeah, that's going to be a difficult shot coming out of the rough, and that's one of the things that does cause difficulty at the Delhi Golf Club. When you're coming out of the rough, you tend to catch those flyers when the grass comes in between the ball and the club, and the ball goes a lot further. Very difficult to control the flight on those. So
and of course, no spin at all, which is why, as Shaurya mentioned, it's a flyer, or some call it a jumper, and it's back to the mongoose ball. And Dhruv makes a nice little pitch.
That's an absolute beauty by him. What a shot.
Didn't have much green to work with at all, and probably the ball was sitting a bit low as well.
Great execution. Now you see the players are a lot more rounded in the way that their game is. Not just the long game. They're dialed in when it comes to the short game and everything else around it. So it's really heartening to see how our players have improved year on year.
And it's just not about just the opportunities that PGTI provides, but with the onset of world ranking points, to have a lot of international players coming in from. We have players who reside in the US and in the African continent, obviously across Asia, and that brings in a big international flavor, and it gets a lot more competitive, of course.
Absolutely.
Bunch of friends from Nepal and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka as well.
We have a look at Viraj. I'm sorry to disappoint Shivas that I've not brought too much flavor. I'm just from across the border, and so is my co-commentator, Mr. Rahul Bajaj, will be joining us. So we have our friend Shivas, who's from a land afar. He's from Mumbai, Amchi, Mumbai. But
and before you say it, let me add to it, the land of Vada Pav.
Absolutely. So this putt now, breaking from right to left, all of 15 feet for Viraj, would be his birdie attempt on hole number 17. And the result should hopefully be the ball finding the bottom of the cup.
Yes, wouldn't we like that?
Rahul would...
and he's left it a little bit on the high side, just about 6 inches away. Distance control is perfect.
So
and as most of your coaches would advise you, all you younger players, line is very important on the putts. But more important than line, sometimes just getting the absolute speed right.
That was a really nice putt, missing it on... the higher side, what they colloquially also call the professional side. This is another piece of trivia that I must tell our viewers, that the lower side is often called the amateur side. So if you miss a left-right putt on the lower right-hand side, it's called missing it on the amateur side. The higher side is the professional side. So you want to be missing it on the higher side always. The right-left putt, you want to miss it on the right, so it has more opportunity of the ball falling in.
Yeah, we have a close buddy back in Bombay, and since 10 years he's been very fixated on the amateur side and the professional side, and the fellow just keeps missing his putts, but we keep pumping up saying, no buddy, you missed on the pro side. Life is good.
Exactly. And talking about missing putts on the pro side, there's no missing when it comes to Rahul Bajaj. He's a thorough professional.
We missed him. There was a bit of missing. We missed him.
A thorough professional who'll now join us in the commentary booth.
And what a time for Rahul to join us as we're getting down to the business end. And we have Dhruv Shiran and Akshay Sharma on screen. It's going to be a fight to the finish for the second place, it seems. There's Yuvraj Singh solidly in command. He's put on an absolute clinic on how to be a terrific front runner. He is 6 under for the day, 14 under for the tournament, and playing the 16th hole as we speak. Tied in second place is Thangaraja and Akshay Sharma, both at 6 under for the tournament. Rashid Khan having a horrific outing today, 4 under for the day, playing the 16th, 4-0 I beg your pardon for the day, playing the 16th, and having dropped off to 4th place at 3 under for the tournament. And then of course we have the quartet at 1 under, comprising Veer Alawat, Jamal Hussain, Manu Gandas, and Mikhail Ortolani. Mikhail Ortolani firing a 6 under today to find himself at 1 under in 5th place. And Manu Gandas, on the other hand, sadly moving backwards at 4 over for the day, which has now dropped him, of course, to 1 under for the tournament. So good to have you back, Rahul. What's the news from the clubhouse?
Well, there's not much news from the clubhouse, except you are the only newsmaker around here, it seems, and that's what's happening. And
Dhruv Shoran now, is just about saving himself, trying to stay within the top 10, and that's a save for par, and you can tell from the fist pump he knows it is important. Currently at even par for the tournament and just about trying to stay within the top 10. Currently a tie for 9th position alongside Hani Basoya and Shaurya Bhattacharya.
Yes, Hani Basoya himself at even par for the day, and he's put on a solid show, run a 5 under 67 today, Rahul, and that's again a very solid showing for the day.
Absolutely. He has been a very, very strong competitor in professional golf in the past, and I think he might be coming back up to the fore. And of course, Yuvraj Sandhu, the leader, coming up here on the 16th hole.
You know, I can't say enough good things about Yuvraj. What a tremendous show he's put on today. I mean, he's 14 under. We were just referencing. It looks like a great chip for a par save from the left side of the 16th green. But yesterday, Rahul, you and I were talking about picking 10 and 11 under as the winning score, and look at this guy. He's at 14.
What absolutely incredible what he's doing. He's really charged off far ahead of the rest of the pack. Literally can't even call anyone a chasing pack at this moment. How much can you chase?
And what are you chasing? A runaway train?
Absolutely. And here we are now. We are pretty much playing here for the second position between Thangaraja and Akshay Sharma, as they are going to be shortly coming in onto the 18th hole now. And Rashid Khan now on our screens here on the 16th hole. 412 yard par 4.
It's a par putt. So, clearly he's gone sideways completely. And he was holding his own, I felt, for the first 5 holes. And then suddenly things just seemed to unravel a little bit, Rahul.
Well, I think, at some point of time, I think Rashid knew that he had to keep pushing the pedal pretty hard. And maybe he just, started pushing it in a manner that was perhaps not required. And I think the Delhi Golf Club has its own ways of sort of throwing you off with your game. So if you try to push too hard without having, your, so to speak, your helmet on, you could be in trouble.
Yeah, with that, if he dropped to 2 under for the tournament and 5 over for the day. Of course, he remains in 4th place. But again, this bogey not helping his efforts at all.
So it's been a tough week here for Rashid as well. Coming close to getting closer to a victory after a very long time, and then sort of the wheels coming off his cart through the round today.
Yes, he did start a 7 under for the day, and what was that? He was 2 or was it 1? 1 behind Yuvraj. Yuvraj started the day at 8 under today?
Yes, he started at 8 under, and Rashid was cool and calm at 7 under par, 1 shot away. It was a pretty primed up position, but I think Yuvraj took off to a hot start, separating himself further with 2 birdies on the first and the second. And that was the time that Rashid had to pick up something, and he made 3 pars in a row. I think pushed the pedal a bit harder on the 4th, dropped a shot there, and and then picked up 1. But to be honest, by then it was too late.
Yuvraj to clean up for a par. Well done. Absolutely on point with his line, his pace, his technique. Still solid, calm, soft hands. Absolutely dead solid, perfect. And now Manu with his putt for par. He's also had a bit of a rough day today, Rahul.
Yes, he has, not quite the kind of game that Manu you'd usually not find him playing like this. He's currently at 4 over par for the day. Just about trying to stay within red figures for the week. Currently 1 under par, just to stay at that score.
And to be honest, I was quite expecting a real nice solid shootout, because this particular group with Manu, Yuvraj and Rashid, definitely there could have been the opportunity to have some very good golf being played between all 3 of them and pushing them each other harder. Sadly, that didn't really happen. 2 went in one direction and Yuvraj in the right direction.
Well, Manu's golf ball certainly went in the right direction.
So there you have it. Visual of the 18th green, the fabulous electronic scoreboard for all our viewers, all our spectators here, and of course the club members who've come out to watch a spectacular final round being played out.
And this is the 18th green here at the Delhi Golf Club. And ladies and gentlemen, for all of you who might be just about joining us, coming in towards the close of the Vishwa Samudra Open 2025 presented by Kapil Dev. This is being played at the Delhi Golf Club here in the heart of Delhi for a prize purse of 2 crore rupees. Vishwa Samudra Open is in its second edition here at the DGC. Let's take a look at Shaurya Bhattacharya here on the 18th hole.
Good, nice, smooth, languid stroke. Just a bit short, dropping off to the left, as our friend Shaurya would say, on the amateur side.
Well, the Vishwa Samudra Group is a multilateral business conglomerate with over 15 companies headquartered in Hyderabad, India. Its flagship company, Vishwa Samudra Engineering Private Limited, is one of the fastest growing infrastructure companies in the country. What an honor it is for the sport to be associated with a brand like Vishwa Samudra.
So here we are back at the 17th. Gorgeous par 3. Usually plays in the region of about 170 yards. Elevated tee. The green sits below. And, there's, of course, the tomb on the right. And about 40-50 yards short of the green on the left side, there's another kind of an ancient wall. Doesn't really impede play, but a visual delight.
It'll be interesting to see if Yuvraj is going with an attack mentality here. Looks like he is. He looks like a draw. Shot towards the flag.
Fired it absolutely at the flag. Here you go. Flag's on the left side, and he's hit it literally at it and tugged it a touch, but no blood.
Oh yeah, that's the thing with this flag location. Actually, the players cannot really see it clearly from the tee box. So you're trying to cook up something of a bit of a right-left shot. Or trying to go over the corner of the trees, but you're always kind of not left enough for this flag. So you can end up tugging that a little bit, or maybe overdrawing it a little bit, if I may.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the wind does play a bit of a role here. A lot of people don't realize that, because as you were rightly saying, as the ball gets up in the air and the tee is elevated and is dropping towards a green that's set below the tee, it can play havoc while the ball's in the air.
There we have Manu Gandas now. Manu has a very peculiar way of addressing the golf ball. His hands are perched upwards, and what a brilliant shot over here. More on the prudent side of play, or if you might want to call that the pro side if you like, and within about 15 feet for a birdie.
And Rashid, come on my friend. About time you made a solid swing.
Rashid, of course, is very much a flagstick hunter.
Yes, he's a very aggressive player, absolutely right. Doesn't take time, stands there, fires it. And good effort, a little short, just I think a foot and a half short of the putting surface.
Talking about time, Shivas, I don't know what your viewpoint is, but I think that the quality of play has certainly improved. The number of birdies and the number of underpars and the number of total good numbers we see these days on this tour or any other tour internationally has improved significantly because of the time reduction.
You're absolutely right. We've all seen a lot of people just spend so much time over the ball, and after a point all you can do is overthink it. You know what you need to do: aim, commit, shoot. Easier said than done, of course.
Let's see if Dhruv Shioran aims, commits and shoots.
He gave it everything. He absolutely pelted that.
Is his everything going to be good enough here on the 18th hole? Comes up just about short, and that ball's going to roll back into the swale area.
That's a very interesting collection area. How often do we actually see the ball that just comes up a bit short, it just doesn't have enough legs, trickle down after climbing up the front slope?
It'll certainly be a very interesting up and down. The pin is 21 in from the front and 3 from the left, very close to that left side bunker. So you've got to pop that ball up over that slope and be able to stop it on a dime. Let's see if Dhruv Shioran can cook up something special with his lob wedge there.
It's interesting that they should say 3 from the left, because as we know, the 18th green is a twin green. On the left of the 18th is the 5th. So I wonder what they use as the imaginary dividing line between the 5th green and the 18th to have that mentioned as 3 left.
Well, I really wouldn't know, but I don't think... no, I think that 3 left comes from where the corner of the bunker is. It does not come from where the corner of the green on the back side is.
There you go. That's a great visual, yeah.
That's the visual over there. So it's
from
where the bunker's edges is where how far left that is going to be.
But this is this is actually one of the most popular viewing spots because you kind of see guys hitting some tee shots into the par 3 fifth hole and some very solid approaches into the par 5 18th. Very well laid out and obviously exciting spot to stand and watch.
Well, Akshay Sharma has hit his third shot back in the fairway, so he's going to have his fourth shot now towards the green on this 18th hole. So if he doesn't make a par, he will leave Thangaraja solo at second position. And if Akshay makes a par over here, which is going to be an up and down from about 100 plus yards to stay at 6 under par, he will stay at second position. Let's take a look at Rashid Khan going with a putter from the front of the green.
Definitely a very makeable putt. But has he? He just hasn't got it going today. Even on the previous hole, we saw him leave it maybe 3 or 5 inches short. Well, that's a par, a solid par, which I think after his plethora of bogeys over the back 9, I think, well, it's not a bad score, but he'd be disappointed because that was a putt that could have been made and given him a birdie.
Sandhu now for yet another birdie here on the 17th hole. Currently 14 under par and an 8-shot lead. Let's see, can he finish this birdie or not? Because he's got the 17th here. He's given himself another birdie opportunity, and the 18th, which is a par 5, certainly will, give him another birdie opportunity if he puts it in the fairway off the tee.
Well, I say makes birdie, Rahul. Are you with me on that one?
I think so. Absolutely, the way he's going, there's nothing else to do, right? Just to keep making them.
Yep,
absolutely. Freewheeling is probably the right term to be used over here.
And of course, having put in all the hard work, he has absolutely earned the freewheeling part of it by putting himself up by 8 shots with an unassailable lead, pretty much.
Well, absolutely terrific golfing here by Yuvraj Sandhu.
Very impressed with him this season. He's just been outstanding.
This to move to 15 under par.
Has given it enough. I think he's left it a bit short. So, well, no harm done. Misread it. Looks like a bit of a misread. A wry smile.
Well, never up, never in.
Yeah, absolutely. And this will now, of course, make it his 6th win this season after he gets done with the 18th hole, matching Manu Gandas' record. And yeah, that will be absolutely terrific.
Well, as news comes in, Michel Ortolani at 1 under par is joined alongside by Veera Lawat, who shot a 2 under par round today. Shaurya Bhattacharya, who's made a birdie on the 17th and the 18th to finish at 1 under par for the tournament, and Manu Gandas, who is right now on our screens, also is at 1 under par for the tournament. Manu Gandas can come off with a good finish to his campaign. He can actually jump up a place or two.
That was a terrific tee shot from Manu, and he could certainly use a birdie here to jump up 4 spots from tied 9th to tied 4th. 5 spots, I beg your pardon.
Jairaj Sandhu also finishing up with a birdie on the last hole to be at even par for the tournament, a tie for 9th position for Jairaj Sandhu.
Well done. Well done, Manu.
That birdie for Manu will
very helpful.
Catapult him
spots, yes.
up to the 4th position now from the 5th, the tie for 5th. He's going to move up to the 4th position, tied alongside Rashid Khan.
And now, of course, all eyes on Akshay Sharma, who absolutely needs to make par on the 18th to maintain his 2nd position. Tied, of course, with Thangaraja. Dhruv Shuran on screen, playing alongside.
What seems to be the discussion here between Dhruv and his caddy? Seems to be figuring out the lob wedge is the right approach. He seems to be a little miffed with it.
You know, there are actually that particular collection area where Dhruv is at. You do see a lot of divots and a lot of tight lies there because of the overuse and the amount of balls that are collected there, and you have players pitching and chipping up. So I expect the live would also play a crucial role in the choice of shot.
Yeah, seems to be like he has to dump the club into something to be able to get it out. I think he's found himself in a divot-like situation.
Was that Yuvraj who just teed off on the 18th, Rahul?
Yes.
Found the left side rough. And probably make it a 3-shot, I suppose.
Well, I think easy does it right now.
It doesn't need to be silly.
Yep.
Or
There's no
ambitious.
need for heroics, I guess.
Absolutely. Just look at that leaderboard on the right side. He's playing a tournament of his own. And I believe the 4-round record is 14 under. He's tied with that right now for this course.
I mean, that's one of the records. The other record that he will match up with is going to be Manu Gandas's record of winning 6 tournaments here on the PGTI in a single year. And can Yuvraj get that? And of course, he is going to get that right now.
But interestingly, I was told, and maybe our chief of media and statistics, Nikhil Kalan, can confirm that the season that Manu won 6 times, Yuvraj actually won 5 times.
Yes, that is correct, I think.
And that was what, 2 seasons ago? 24, was it?
And here we have them now playing again together, going neck to neck.
Yep. And I kind of like that. You know, when the better ones, the more consistent ones go head to head, it just makes it also a lot more interesting for all the viewers and the sport, of course, in general.
He's looks like Manu has again gone with the driver here on the 18th hole.
Looks like it. And is there a bit of... Oh, yeah, it's on the fairway.
Very much on the short stuff.
Yeah.
That ball should roll out a little bit more from that downhill.
You know, I'm not 100% sure where Rashid's ended up. I have a feeling he may have again flailed it out to the right rough. His body language was a little off after he came out of that golf swing.
Yeah, it certainly his body language appeared like the ball had veered off to the right side. And easy to miss it on this 18 tee box towards the right side. You know, catch a little bit on the weak side because players are not able to see the left side of the fairway, and the only starting point you can see is towards the right. So that can act like a bit of a deterrent. This seems like Dhruv Shioran's birdie putt. Got it just about onto the green from that location, and he's really hit that one past.
Yeah, it's too much juice. Look at that. That's gone about 5 feet past. Seems like a bit of a error in judgment.
Yeah, now he will have this long, nearly about 10-footer, if I'm not wrong, downhill putt for par and to stay within the top 10. So, important putt.
For Akshay Sharma as well, to stay tied second. Otherwise, he drops back to 3rd place behind Thangaraja. Oh, well.
Important set of putts coming up over here. An interesting viewing for all of you people who are watching this tournament live on YouTube or here at the Delhi Golf Club.
So this putt important for Akshay. There's obviously a bit of money on the line, but also world ranking points. Which go to what, the top 5 finishers, Rahul, at every event?
Yes, absolutely. Par putt over here for him. He's trying to visualize that, if I'm not wrong, and to give it a few hand gestures to tell the ball how you want to roll it.
So it's certainly been a very interesting week for golfers, Indian golf in Delhi. Vishwa Samudra Open. Oh, he's just missed that. And that will drop him now to 3rd place.
Akshay Sharma would drop off to a solo 3rd position after that, while N. Thangaraja still is right behind him.
And that said, of course, while we're referencing this being an important week, that wonderful announcement yesterday at the press conference about the PGTI Golf League.
Big news that for Indian golf, having the new 72 league for the professionals here in India, it is going to be an absolutely fantastic, exciting times ahead for Indian golf. And Akshay Sharma dropping off to 3rd position. Thangaraja has already finished his round today at 6 under par total, so he has secured himself the 2nd position.
He's the temporary clubhouse leader till young Yuvraj gets the job done and signs his card.
And of course, another quick mention to Michel Ortolani, a man from Italy, and as Shaurya calls him, the Italian, finishing up with a 6 under par final round today to be at 1 under. A tie for 6th position for Ortolani. Big move on the order of merit for him.
Oh, yeah, yes, absolutely. Big move on this leaderboard as well. He moved about 23 spots. That's huge. A solid 6 under round today. Or was it 5 under? And there you have it. Well, he's made it. Well done.
Incidentally, the last record, and of course, excellent birdie here for Viraj Madappa, and the last record of the 14 under par total score is with this man. He is the man who won
Look
the
at him
tournament
smiling
over
away.
here.
I like this young man. You know, he's got energy, he's got self-belief, humility.
True champion, superb ambassador of
Look
the
at that.
sport.
Look at that. Very warm handshake between him and his caddy.
Dhruv Shoran seems to have left himself quite a bit of work over here. That last putt would take Madappa back into the top 10 at even par for the tournament, and that's his finished even par for this week. Of course, a much needed birdie putt there. So take a look now at Shoran, and Shoran stay within the top 10 with this putt.
Yes, that's definitely an important putt to be made. Oh, that hurts. It's got to hurt.
Well, that would drop Shoran off and out of the top 10 at 1 over par for the tournament. And Viraj Madappa exchanging spots with him with that birdie putt. Seems like he let that chip shot, the situation, get the better of him there.
Yeah, no, I think, you know, Dhruv really did not make a very good putt because he still had a birdie opportunity, but to send it as far past the cup as he did, not one of his best efforts, unfortunately. So now we clear up for the big stage, and the big boy, the order of merit leader, Yuvraj Sandhu, and boy, he's going at it all guns blazing. He's got a hybrid or a heavy metal in his hand. That looks like a 5 wood, 5 metal. And he sent it. It seems like a big high draw, and it is.
He's pretty much landed himself in the similar spot as what Dhruv was in, but what a guy, Shivas. This guy does not need to go 2 on to this green, and he has taken it on absolutely like the best of best would.
Absolutely lights out.
What a play here by Yuvraj Sandhu, you know, coming in on to the 18th hole with an 8-shot lead. He comes in and takes the green on into that too from the rough. That really shows you the champion mindset that he has on. Let's take a look now at Manu Gandas. Manu slightly on the downhill in this fairway. So all can take off a bit to the right, but the right's a good miss here for the second shot. Manu, very peculiar way of holding that club. Really keeps the hands very upright. Manu Gandas finding the green in 2 shots here on the 18th. Finishing up in style at the Vishwa Samudra Open 2025. This being the second edition of the tournament, I'm now joined alongside my co-commentator, Shaurya Singh is back in the booth.
It's good to be back. And somebody is back again into the winner's circle. Yuvraj Sandhu. Seems like he's never left. He's been brilliant. And so has been Vishwa Samudra, who's made this stellar event happen, this company. And thanks to them and all the other associate sponsors. And of course, Delhi Golf Course. And a word of mention for their maintenance crews and everybody else in the greenskeeping staff. What a stellar job.
Shaurya, without jumping the gun, I think he's going to finish up with another birdie over here on the 18th hole. He is definitely going to try to finish in style. And if he does that, he's going to break the record which sits at 14 under par. He's going to break it at 15 under par just by one shot. Nice to see all these spectators out there to be able to see such a feat. And to top it all, this will be his second bogey-free round in a row on this course.
That's the way you get it done in style on a weekend. Nevertheless, to do it during normal rounds, but the final two rounds of a tournament shows you that he's obviously cut from a different cloth, and he's delivered, and he's delivered in spades. He will reach a total of 1.61 or 1.62 crore in earnings, and he's not done yet. Maybe this year the glass ceiling of 2 CR might be breached. You never know. He's in menacing form. Yuvraj Sandhu.
Well, honestly, if he can take the same form into Kharghar and into the Tata Open the week after, you are going to definitely be touching 20 crores, 2 crores in prize money. And that, of course, is going to be a feat in itself. Rashid Khan coming up onto the 18th, his third shot.
Rashid, probably a week to remember and a day to forget. He's seen glimpses of what he's capable of doing, and it's nice to see him back in the thick of things. 130 odd yards for this approach. Very difficult shot from where he is to this flag pin position, and he's played the safe approach, 20 feet past.
Actually, he's taken the flag straight on, but he's just airmailed it.
Yeah, so good 20-25 feet past, not flirting with that bunker. When you get into the bunker on this flag, it's almost in a short bogey.
A good example of how actually to be aggressive, using the room on the other side of the flag, because on the front side there is no room for error. So, Rashid taking it on, but taking it on with such aggression that he still gives himself a birdie opportunity now.
Yeah, so that's why they say attack is the best form of defense. And he's exemplified this.
That's a tough shot there for Yuvraj Sandhu, but pretty sure he's seen many a tough shots this entire week, and look forward to this up and down from this position as well.
What you like the most is that even at this point in time, till the work is not done, Yuvraj is focused with eyes on the prize. It's really good, and that's brilliant camera work. Shows you what faces the players. It's a good considerable elevation change from where Yuvraj is all the way till the flagstick, and you have these slopes which are not too subtle, mind you.
This is a tough shot. He's got to fly the ball a long way, and the thing is that I think he's going to be standing with at least 1 foot in the bunker, so that's going to make that shot even tougher. He's got to flop this one up a little bit and has to employ plenty spin on it. No room for error here for Yuvraj.
If anybody can do it, he can. This makes for some great viewership as Yuvraj Sandhu gets on his final hole here at the Vishwa Samudra Open 2025, leading the tournament by 8 shots. And in a brief moment, he's going to win this tournament for his 6th victory of the year, on the way to his #1 position, which will exempt him onto the DP World Tour. Great things in the offing for Yuvraj Sandhu. Anything within 3 or 4 feet would be a really good effort from here. That's okay, about 6 feet for his birdie, and that would be his putt for 15 under par. That would be the lowest PGTI total. Of course, the total, as I said, was breached on the DP World Tour for 22 under on this golf course, but I think the conditions here this week are a lot more difficult, a lot more trying. So this is really one of the best performances that we've seen. Come at the hour, come at the man.
Well, tough green conditions as well as the winds over here. It wasn't so windy when the DP World event happened, and this week has been very different. It's a superb effort there by Yuvraj Sandhu with that chip shot. I think he still placed himself really beautifully for yet another birdie and to break that record, which sits on the PGTI as of right now.
There are 2 more weeks to go till we decide the Order of Merit champion, which already seems to be decided. Of course, for the rest of the field, there's a lot to play for. You want to be improving your ranking. And this man here, he'll be I'm sure when he goes back, he'll be ruining this day a little bit. He was right in there, but really out of character for Rashid Khan to shoot a 5 over on the final day. I think, but he's come back. He's come back strong. Akshay Sharma, what a brilliant day for the lad from Chandigarh. Manu Gandas, the man on our screen, who's using the aim point, oblique the aim point express to get a perfect line. Maybe this one is just going to cozy itself into the hole.
Manu putting here for eagle on the 18th.
He has the power to get here in 2. Strong. And this seems to theme the youth, the onslaught of the youth. It's good to see for golf and for sport in general and for our great nation as well.
Well, making this eagle putt will take Manu up to 4 under par for the tournament, which will be good for a solo 4th position.
This is almost the entire width of the green. About 40 odd feet, a lot of break. It'll gather speed when it gets in the second half, so we need to judge this to perfection. Let's see if Manu has done it. The ball is underway.
Even a 2-putt birdie will get him to a solo 4th position, as he's tied alongside Rashid right now at 2 under par at the 4th itself.
That's a good putt there by Manu, who's been quite impressive, even-keeled, aggressive. I think the best way to describe Manu is contained aggression. Then like calm demeanor and the heart of a warrior.
Absolutely, a zen-like demeanor that he brings to the golf course. Has really worked hard on his golf game and has learned a lot from his experiences playing on the DP World Tour.
The best 2 rounds of the day belong to Yuvraj Sandhu and Michel Ortolani. 6 under par. But seems like Yuvraj might better that round. And Rashid Khan with his birdie attempt. Maybe he can finish in style. It's been a difficult day for the man from Delhi. Will he cap it off in style? Almost customary aggression. 3.5 feet by. Should be able to make that for tie 4th position. I think at the start of the week he would have taken it, return to form. Obviously not at the start of the day. He would have been looking to shoot a good red number. But as I say, always draw on the positives.
Well, if I know Rashid even a little bit, I don't think at the start of the week he would have taken even the 4th position. He would have said, no, I'm going to win this. He's just that type of a person, and he would have really tried to put his best foot forward, which he really has. Of course, the result is a bit different than that, but here we are now.
But there's only one man who's in the frame at this point in time who's going to win this tournament, and it's been all about Yuvraj Sandhu. He's made it happen. Well done, Rashid Khan. 3 really good days and 1 difficult day, but overall a return to form. Let's expect some great things from Rashid Khan. Now Manu Gandas. This is customary in a golf tournament. You want to leave the stage to the eventual champion, and that's why golf is all about etiquette, camaraderie, respect, and this is exemplified by our players, who are not just good ambassadors but also understand their duty towards the champion, Yuvraj Sandhu. It's a tight pin position, kind courtesy our tournament commissioner, Mr. Sampachari.
Well, this putt has its own importance for Manu as well. He's going to take over the 4th spot on his own once he makes this.
This putt should break ever so little to the left-hand side. Well done.
And of course, undoing some of those bogeys on that scorecard today. Manu Gandas finishing at 3 under par for this week's tournament with scores of -1, level par, -4 and +2 today.
Now the stage is of course set for Yuvraj Sandhu. I think we run out of adjectives here in the commentary booth, and even as players in general. We've never quite seen such dominance. It's Rarefied air indeed. Yuvraj Sandhu for 15 under par. Oh, that will not quite be 15 under par, but nevertheless, this putt will do it. And Yuvraj Sandhu has won the Vishwa Samudra Open 2025 in spectacular fashion. You know, reminds me a little bit of Napoleon Bonaparte, what he used to say, I have many enemies, but no equals. And this week that holds true. Yuvraj Sandhu has had no equal. He's been stellar, he's been stoic, and he's been like a juggernaut just rolling on.
What a brilliant week it has been for Yuvraj Sandhu and for golf in general to be able to see this tournament come to an end like this. 8-shot victory for Yuvraj with back-to-back 6 under par bogey-free rounds. What a stunning effort and what stunning playing it has been for Yuvraj Sandhu through the season actually, not only just this week's event.
Making short work of the entire field as we have a look at the MD, Sir Arnold from Vishwa Samudra, and also our CEO, Mr. Amandeep Joel. And this is what golf is all about. A father-son moment that will be relived forever. You can see how much it means to him. Father, an army officer, and Yuvraj also doing his duty towards nation building. Sport is, of course, such an essential part, and he's delivered. That's a proud parent right there. It brings a little tear to my eye to see this. It's really lovely. All the work that has been put in. And, of course, congratulations to the entire team, Delhi Golf Club, the greenskeeping staff, the Professional Golf Tour of India, our associate sponsors, Vishwa Samudra, the main sponsor who's made it happen. It's been a stellar week. And of course, Mr. Kapil Dev, the legend.
What a fantastic week it has been for Indian golf here at the Delhi Golf Club. We have Kapil Dev here on our screens. We have Mr. Anil from Vishwa Samudra and the CEO of the PGTI, Amandeep Joel, and also Mr. Vikas from the PGTI. And it's been a superb week, a superb display of professional golf here. Really encouraging for all of the junior golfers and so on and so forth.
And now over to our co-commentator, Mr. Shivasnath, who will run you through the rest of the proceedings and have a talk with
So there we have it. Yuvraj Sandhu coming out the victor at the Delhi Golf Club at the Vishwa Samudra Open. It's been a terrific 4 days of golf. Yuvraj setting the pace, backing it up 100%, a 14 under total for 4 rounds, matching the best 14 under total for a domestic event at the Delhi Golf Club, which was set by Viraj Madappa a few seasons ago. In second place, Thangaraja from Sri Lanka, 8 shots behind at 6 under. And in third place, Akshay Sharma, who sadly made a bogey on the last hole to drop out into a solo third place. Just 8 players under par for this 4-round event. And that itself speaks volumes about how difficult this course has played. And the course conditions here are being absolutely phenomenal. Fast greens, 10.7 on the stimp meter today. Very similar conditions and pin positions as we had at the DP World Championship. This 2 crore event, total prize fund, and Yuvraj taking away a 30 lakh check. I am joined here by my buddy and my colleague, Rahul Bajaj, and happy to inform him that we were both very, very wrong with when we picked the total winning score yesterday, Rahul.
Well, absolutely, and I think I got a little closer to it with the 12 that I said, but certainly not the 11. And Yuvraj Sandhu has his own way of course, proving us all wrong, and he has done that yet again with an 8-shot victory. 6 under par yesterday, 6 under par today, both bogey-free rounds. What a scintillating performance it has been. I don't think anyone had a chance today to catch him. From the get-go, he just ran and ran and he ran. Shivas?
You couldn't have put it better, Rahul. I mean, Yuvraj, this is his 6th win this season. And that itself is a record in itself, very, very commendable. And incidentally, Manu Gandas has a 6-win season record, and that very season, if you recall, Yuvraj actually won 5 times back then as well. So definitely Indian golf in good hands with these youngsters, and it looks like Yuvraj should be firmly set to find his way to the DP World Tour, because now he would have extended his lead on the order of merit.
He absolutely has almost sealed the #1 spot and the spot into the DP World Tour. So that being said, he also might touch 2 crores in earning through the season. He's now at 161, and you've still got 3 crores to be played for, and the way he is playing, he can surely get all of those 40.
Well, that's obviously a great event wrapped up. Delhi Golf Club with its historic tombs lending itself beautifully to the visuals, the flora and the fauna, as our co-commentator Shaurya says. The birds, the nilgais, whatever have you. We've encountered a mongoose as well, tossing around with a golf ball. And here comes Shaurya. Speak of the devil, and he appears. Was it out of the commentary booth or was it out of the pub?
Well, they say something about the limelight. It's on the players, but of course I had to share it with the two of you. First of all, I must say that it's been a brilliant week, and I want to thank the two of you for the stellar company and your technical analysis that you've given. Rahul, we spoke about it, that this tournament is going to be keenly contested, but did you ever imagine this is going to be the margin of victory?
To be honest with you all, I think that I would have expected a very, very big charge today from Rashid Khan. I was not thinking that Yuvraj would back down at all. I did think that he would still play pretty solidly, but I thought it'll be a big fight, especially going into the back nine. But certainly, Yuvraj was running his own race, and the rest of the field was sort of on their own.
And Shivas, you being a local and playing all your golf here and growing up here, you've seen the relaying, you've seen this tournament. Where does this victory rank with all the tournament winners that you've seen over the years? This 18th green has seen a lot of history. This is a site that we're talking about, Western Guard Masters with Gaurav Ghai's chip in, Jyoti Randhawa, so many Indian Open Championships, and so on and so forth. Where does this rank for you?
Obviously every win is special, and the international events, the Asian Tour events, the one that Gaurav won here as a local boy, literally from the right of the 18th green, that phenomenal chip in certainly ranks as one of my favorite memories. But I'm going to give it off to my good friend and old-time favorite, Ali Sher. His second Indian Open was phenomenal, but the first time he taught really Indian golfers to believe in themselves, and victory was possible. Right here, with just playing with pure heart, knocking drivers off the fairways and driving the 15th green, I beg your pardon. I mean, that's got to rank as a favorite childhood memory.
Rahul, you'd like to add a bit? For me, I think just this tournament ranks right up there. Difficult week, beautiful conditions, and what immaculate execution. I already spoke at length about the pure golf course. The support from Vishwa Samudra and obviously our dignitaries. It's been a week to remember. We are, of course, going to be back, and I'm pretty certain that so will Yuvraj be.
Well, of course, this golf course always has its own ways, and but this week was Sandhu's ways, and we could, talking about which all finishes we've seen over here on this final hole. We've seen so many great finishes over here, right? We've seen Tommy Fleetwood winning just a few weeks ago. Over here, we've seen Ajitesh Sandhu put up a superb show on this golf course. We've seen Jyoti Randhawa winning on this golf course. SSP Chaurasia has won multiple times on this course. So this golf course has, seen so many champions of this country, and this has been the host to so many international events. And a lot of Indians have actually got their chances to play abroad thanks to winning over here. So history of the Delhi Golf Club and professional golf goes a long, long way back. Shivas?
Speaking of Delhi Golf Club and the aura and obviously the history that surrounds it, the other thing that absolutely has my heart is the way Delhi Golf Club celebrates its past champions. There are wonderful boards for past winners, celebrating national champions, men, women, Arjuna awardees, and it preserves its history. And the next generation coming in learns from that and appreciates the special privilege they have to be here, either as members, dependents, or just as visitors.
Also when we talk about the Delhi Golf Club, Delhi itself as a city has so much of history, so much of culture, attached with it. And then this golf course itself is a part of Delhi's history, and you're so right that the way they have preserved it, that is something really which comes straight from the heart.
Yes, I think we can wax eloquent about everything, what it means, but eventually, of course, this is a resounding success for all the players, everybody who teed up here, and the Professional Golf Tour of India, of course, the league as well that was recently announced. I mean, it's going from strength to strength. Sport is, our nation is, and I'm proud to say that the Professional Golf Tour of India is the breeding ground for the next generation of champions, and Yuvraj is obviously underway. He's going to be plying his trade all over the world, kind courtesy that #1 position that he will eventually secure. So it's a lot of excitement this week. You know, it tested our players, but nevertheless, a stellar week and some brilliant golf being put on show. For me, the moment of the week was, of course, this round, this resounding 600 par by Yuvraj, and also an honorable mention for our Italian player, Michele Ortolani, bringing that Italian flavor and shooting a 66. And what about you? What has been your memory for this week, Rahul?
I think for me the most important takeaway this week has been the way the players have really performed in these tough conditions, and to top it all, the PGTI announcing its league. You know, it's 72, the league that the PGTI has just announced. It's going to be an exciting year, the 2026 season. We have had a very exciting 2025 season, and I can't wait to see what flavor this brings to golf in India and how encouraging it'll be for junior golfers across the country.
Well said, and I think both you gentlemen have covered the golfing part of it. So let's just say the favorite part of my week has been hanging out with you folks and getting a couple of drinks the other night together. That's one up for the commentators. Now the game of golf at Delhi Golf Club amongst the commentators team, and we need to have our top man Amandeep Joel as our fourth. And let's keep the fun going and the commentary is rolling.
Absolutely, Shivas. And while we play, our recreational golf, this, mind you, is serious business. And the PGTI from here on moves to Kharghar Valley Golf Club in Navi Mumbai, where Sidco hosts a tournament for a prize purse of 1 crore rupees. This is the penultimate tournament of this season, and then the players move to play the Tata Open for another week of the prize purse of 2 crore rupees. What a way to end the year. This has been an absolutely fantastic year for professional golf in the country, including the number of international tournaments that we have had, not only here at this venue, but elsewhere also in the country. So it's been an absolutely fabulous year for the growth of professional golf here. What do you think, Shaurya?
I think couldn't have put it better myself. The tour rolls on. The next 2 weeks are pivotal as well. A lot of prize money, and of course the league. That's going to be the feather on PGTI's cap. It's so much to play for, involving the entire country, galvanizing sport. We see how the youth has come to the front, and it's the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister as well, the Khelo Abhiyan, youth for tomorrow. So, we're just seeing that golf is exemplifying that, and Vishwa Samudra has had a big part in it. What they've done this week will go down in history. It's the second time, and I'm sure that we're going to be back stronger and better year after year, producing more champions. Of course, this week we had Yuvraj, and there'll be many more. You are aware of junior golf and the way it's growing. For me, as an outsider and as an insider, as a player as well, it's really exciting, heartening to see the growth of golf and the standards, which is just amazing. These are the names that are going to resound into the halls of success for time to come.
As we now hand over to Nikhil Kalan for the prize presentation ceremony here on the 18th green at the Delhi Golf Club for the Vishwa Samudra Open 2025.
We welcome you to the prize presentation ceremony of the Vishwa Samudra Open 2025 presented by Kapil Dev. It's been a riveting week of golfing action here at the esteemed Delhi Golf Club at the second edition of the Vishwa Samudra Open presented by Kapil Dev. There were several excellent performances from the likes of Jairaj Singh Sandhu, N. Thangaraja, Yuvraj Sandhu and Rashid Khan, to name a few. At the end of it all, we had the most deserving champion. I would request the following gentlemen to kindly join me here to be part of the prize presentation party. Mr. Kapil Dev, President PGTI, Mr. Anil Yandluri, Managing Director Vishwa Samudra Group, Mr. Vikram Seth, Captain, Delhi Golf Club, Colonel Mohit Nasa, Chairman, Tournaments, Delhi Golf Club, and Mr. Amandeep Johal, CEO, PGTI. I begin by requesting Mr. Amandeep Johal to kindly say a few words.
Before I thank the sponsors, I want to thank Delhi Golf Club and the membership of Delhi Golf Club. A huge round of applause for allowing PGTI to come and play at your prestigious, iconic golf course. Thank you very much for giving up this golf course in such fantastic weather for the future of Indian golf. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Vishwa Samudra, thank you very much. Shashi Bhai couldn't join us. Anilji, thank you so much for supporting this fantastic event presented by none other than our president, Mr. Kapil Dev. So this tournament is going to be cherished for years to come. I think every member of the PGTI looks forward to playing this tournament at Delhi Golf Club and the highest prize money in the whole year. From all my professional golfers, a deep, deep thank you. PGTI is growing year on year, and the quality of golf is becoming better and better. But this one man who is surprising us every week, Yuvraj Sandhu, you are setting records like no other. You have created history, and we wish that you will create history in Europe, because I think you have sealed the deal and become the #1 player on the PGTI Order of Merit this week. Heartfelt congratulations. You are from my home city, Chandigarh, and I think Chandigarh produces champions, and it's not stopping. Thank you very much to all my tour partners and my sponsors. I won't take too much time. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Mr. Anil Yandluri, MD, Vishwa Samudra Group, to kindly address the gathering.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and the players of the tournament, respected Paji. We are really delighted to associate ourselves with PGTI tournament, and this is our second consecutive tournament. And we at Vishwa Samudra believe in what a true golfer believes. We are very passionate. We are very committed to what we do in our field of work, and we learn a lot from you guys. And we also thank Delhi Golf Course for always standing with us and supporting us. Thank you, Paji. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you, sir, for all your support. I would now request Mr. Vikram Seth, Captain, Delhi Golf Club, to kindly say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Delhi Golf Club, I would like to say one thing for sure, that we've always been wanting to promote golf, and there was no better way than getting a PGTI top event over here, sponsored by Vishwa Samudra for the second year. And hopefully we should have these year on year, but I would leave it to the subsequent committees. I would like to thank the winner, Yuvraj, for having created history, as I was just told. And congratulations to everyone who participated in this fabulous tournament, and hope to see you all always over here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will now have the plaque presentation ceremony. I would request Mr. Kapil Dev to kindly present a plaque on behalf of PGTI as a token of appreciation to Mr. Anil Yandluri, MD, Vishwa Samudra Group. We begin with the prize presentation now. We have the runner-up to award first. I would request Mr. Anil Yandluri, Mr. Kapil Dev, and Mr. Vikram Seth to kindly jointly present the check to the runner-up, N. Thangaraja of Sri Lanka, with rounds of 73, 66, 75, and 68 for a total of 6 under 282. He missed out last week due to the floods in Sri Lanka. He couldn't make it to India, but he's more than made up for that this week. He takes away a check worth rupees 20 lakh. Finally, it's time to announce the winner. I'd request Mr. Yandluri, Mr. Kapil Dev, and Mr. Vikram Seth to once again jointly do the honors by presenting the trophy and the giant check to this gentleman. He's won his 6th title, matched the PGTI record for most wins in a single season with scores of 73, 69, 66, and 66, a total of 14 under 274. He's the official PGTI number 1 now. He's sealed the Order of Merit title and will be representing India at the DP World Tour next year. 1 crore 61 lakhs in prize money earnings already this season. 14 under 274 and 8-stroke triumph. What an eventful season. 6 wins and not to forget the 3 runner-up finishes. He's put the disappointments behind quickly and moved on. He takes away a prize money check worth rupees 30 lakh. An unassailable lead in the PGTI ranking now for Yuvraj. It's now time to present the winner's jacket, and I'd request Mr. Yandluri and Mr. Kapil Dev to kindly jointly present the jacket to the winner. And finally, it's time for the winner's speech. So would request Yuvraj to kindly do the needful. Yeah, you'll be out of the frame.
Okay. 6th winner, yaad ho gaya mujhe. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for hosting this event to Vishwa Samudra, first of all. This is a regular event now, and thank you so much, sir. PGTI, everybody, the staff. It's been a while. I won in front of my mother. So, Mom, thank you for being here. Mom, Dad, both. My sister. My whole team, of course. Bazo, Lavish, Rabia, Gaurav sir, everybody. Ravinder sir here. I was really in pain coming here on the day 1, and I'm here, standing here because of pain-free, because of you, sir. Thank you so much. DGC has always been close to my heart. You know, I as a little kid, I was here idolizing a lot of players, Jyoti, and players of the same caliber who won here. So winning DGC is a milestone for me. I think it's something that I've achieved, and I'm a little emotional for that. A lot of people have believed in me that I'm standing here, and I think their attitude towards me and my sport has helped me. I'm at a loss of words, so thank you so much for everybody putting this event together. The whole DGC staff, the hospitality was amazing as always. The whole PGTI staff, commentators, media, everybody, you've put in the most amount of effort, and it's been shown. And thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot, Kapil sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the event. Thanks a lot, guys.
Congratulations to the champion once again, and also our Order of Merit champion now. Before concluding, we would like to thank our title sponsor, Vishwa Samudra Group, tournament host, Mr. Kapil Dev, host venue, Delhi Golf Club, all committee members, members of the club, all players, referees and officials, Mr. Lohia and his operations team, Mr. Virinder and his entire greens maintenance team, Mr. Ajay and his housekeeping team, and thank you to PGTI's tour partners, always supporting us through the year, Rolex, Amul, IndusInd Bank, Victorious Choice, Campa, Amrutanjan Electro Plus, Golf Plus Monthly, Golf Design India. And a big thank you to ABP Live and Waves OTT for the outstanding live telecast of the event over the last 2 days. Thank you, and look forward to seeing you all here next year.